welcome to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. Tonight, we are in the Esports Tower Rocket League Rumble, continuing on the journey that we started last week. We're out of group stages and into the bracketed stage, covering the quarter, semi, and finals to see which team will be going on to compete in BFC. So right now, if we take a look at everything that has led us up to this, we have had teams that have been kind of undefeated, unchallenged at the top of their game. And to help me break down the teams that cast the greatest shadow over the competition, I am joined by Artie Nerdy Rain. Artie, it's great to have you with us. And let's just get into what kind of teams we're really looking forward to here tonight.
So, as you mentioned, we have our Goliaths always in this bracket stage, and that is in the form of the Vipers. They are a team that's notoriously, ever since, their advent into this program a few weeks into our tournament stage here, that they have not been taken down. This might be the week that we finally get to see it. Last week, if anyone is returning from then, we definitely had some high contenders for the opportunity to take this one team down. They took them into overtime more than once, brought them to all 5 games throughout the course of the series that they were playing in. So, teams are catching up. The gap is closing, and maybe tonight we'll finally see it happen.
Yeah, there have been so many great teams that have really risen up, and one team that I am really looking out for is the Barracudas in terms of the amount of improvement that we've seen them, going from, okay, I can take 1 game up against the Vipers. I can take 2 games up against the Vipers. I can drive the Vipers all the way to game 5.
Honestly, Quez, we've seen them play for the Barracudas from the beginning of Esports Tower. They were always a powerhouse. Typically, it was, Quez and Yeezy, but now Quez, with the new roster that they have, especially last week, I don't know what it was, but the magic just came together, and if they can keep that up this week, I have faith in the Barracudas to continue to keep that first place spot.
Well, not only the Barracudas and the Vipers, but also seeded third is going to be Swerve, but we also have the Green Wolves, Red Mammoths, Yellow Mammoths, Lynx, and the Blue Wolves. So we could see a little bit of an upset here. It might not be an evening that is just the Barracudas and Vipers. Any of these other teams that catch your eye?
Well, the next one I really am keeping a close eye on is definitely the Wolves. Last week they did have a sub. One of their coaches was playing in. But, Coach Jay does obviously add their little bit of sparkle and finesse into the gameplay. But their players were able to keep up with them fantastically throughout the entire course of the game. And so if they have their full roster this week, I have full faith in their ability to come out and come swinging.
Well, we are going to be starting off with the recaps overall, starting off in the quarterfinals. We actually have the full bracket up, still separated into Group A and Group B. And you can see Barracudas are going to be the ones to look out for in Group A, whereas the Vipers are going to be prowling in Group B. So a nice kind of split up of kind of the power levels between both groups.
I'm also very pleased at the color palette between the two groups. That's just my monkey brain is satisfied with that color breakup.
Yes,
there.
It looks very, very nice. Well, we are going to be getting into these quarterfinal highlights that we can see here. See who is going to make their way to the semis. But before we start our first match, we just want to remind our friends on Twitch to support your team, celebrate your successes, but also be respectful to other fans. The mods are on the hunt today. So.
You also got to remember that it's like you're not just talking to other players or other esports people in there. There's parents. There's a lot of parents watching. You don't want to accidentally say something and your mom is the one to catch it, your grandma, mom.
This is the one opportunity to show, that, this is it's not just video games I'm playing for, I'm playing for scholarships. I'm playing for tournaments here. So be on your best behavior.
You heard it from us. Be nice.
That's Jem and Artie's tips for the game right now. But if we're going to be talking about general strategy that we want to look out for, I'm going to be very interested to see how also the boost management works out for this game, but also the concept of boost starving and being able to take those very important corner boosts from the other team.
That played a huge role last week. You definitely saw a lot of side control, especially coming out from one of our lower bracket teams, Lynx. They did a great job of boost starving. So we'll have to see if that is something other teams caught on to in this week's Rumble?
Well, we're going to take a look here at the quarterfinals there. It looks like it was between the Green Wolves and the Red Mammoths. So two teams that aren't necessarily the top seed here, but we see Jay, very familiar sight, is going to be making his name known.
Of course, Jay bringing in that magic, those high ceiling, high score fill shots coming in. One of the things that I have said before is ground the stinking ball. Do not let it stay in the air. And when you're playing against Jay, it's one of those players, just don't give them to him. Don't allow them to have that opportunity to control it in the mid-air flight.
Well, the Red Mammoths are going to be put on the back foot immediately. It looks like a little bit is just waiting for Slaxus to come in there. Jay is going to be pushing it toward another goal there. They're actually going to be moving back a little bit. Red Mammoths tying it up.
4 minutes and 22 seconds still on the clock, though. We could see the score go either direction. Neon Switch playing in for the Red Mammoths is definitely someone that we've seen before make some exciting plays happen. They're a great defensive player, and they play well with their teammates. So we'll be interested to see how this one fully shook out.
Well, look at Sunky there right off the crossbar. Is going to try to put some sort of follow-up, but it's just off to the left post now. He's going to refill on boost over here, and we see another shot by Sunky really making the plays here, but it is not quite going to find another, just up and to the right.
And we do have Ninja coming in, getting that rebound play, sending it over to the corner to Jay, who's just going to center it up for their teammate. But Neon Switch coming in and snapping it away from them, sending it over to Sunky here at the midfield. But Jay, once again, sending it right back towards the Mammoth's goal.
Well, the Red Mammoths have struggled in some games last week, which put them low in the group play standings, but it is still pretty even for them right now. They had a lot of breakout power, though, through Sunky and Crayon being able to take over the game at any moment. So we've definitely seen Sunky be able to step up to the plate.
Neon Switch once again flying in from that rebound, trying to steal it away from Jay, but Jay came all the way from their own goal, getting it towards the Mammoth's goal. Sunky flew in, stopped that one from going in. Nicely done there, and now it's already back towards the Green Wolves' goal.
Well, the Green Wolves seeded overall 4th seed, so they managed to find themselves. Oh, but it is Red Mammoths who are going to come through and try to find their redemption arc there.
Kickoffs, I won't lie, used to be something that for me, I looked out for those kickoff goals all the time. Not something we get to see a lot in this series. However, winning that kickoff is something that definitely sets the pace for a lot of these rounds. So far, it's been pretty 50-50 between both of these teams. But either way it ends up, it seems like the Green Wolves just monopolize on any opportunity that they get to steal the ball away and immediately send it towards the side of the Mammoths. There's a lot of back and forth, but the side control seems to be mainly in the possession of the Green Wolves here.
Yeah, well, here come the Wolves. Actually, Red Mammoths, Crayon going to be looking for that clear, going to punish their open goal and drive it to a 3-1 lead.
Those overcommits, sending all 3 players over towards the other side's goal, is something that we saw come and just be the bane and Achilles heel to multiple teams last week. It's something that still needs to be cleaned up as we see that happening even now in the bracket stage, almost into our bracket stage here. So hopefully, before the end of this evening, we stop seeing those open goal opportunities happening.
There goes Jay there, is going to be driving around the corner, trying to center it up, manages to, and had an opportunity there to maybe do some sort of tricky angle there into the goal, but wasn't quite able to find it. Is going to have another go here. Gets played over, though, by the Mammoths here, and there goes another shot for Sunky. That's going to be his hat trick.
That was beautiful. Neon Switch kind of lost their dribble, but I'm going to say it was calculated, intentionally letting it hit off the hood of the person in front of you to get it sent over to Sunky. That was calculated.
Now here comes Ninja. He's going to be competing with the ball with the Red Mammoths, but it's going to have it taken away from him. And now Crayon is going to come in, stop that clear from going forward. Fight in the corner with Ninja there as Jay looks to get a clear, but Sunky playing around both of them. Ball goes up and to the other side. Here comes Neon Switch. He's going to be fighting with Slaxus. Sunky, just his ability to get so many shots on goal is astounding this game.
Sunky is a force that you need to shut down for sure. Sunky and Neon Switch work together very well. Is cute, however, is doing great on the defensive. They're trying their best to not leave that goal open. They're also trying to facilitate Jay for their own team as many times as they possibly can. We also see Ninja Gaming over here getting up, getting high, trying to make sure that that ball does just not go easily into that goal. But Sunky with the shot, unfortunately, hitting that corner bar. No one's friend in that situation.
We're going to be rushing back to avoid an open goal here. they get a little bit more control over that. It is Cute is going to be pushing it toward the goal. Crayon there is going to corral it off to the side. Now here comes Sunky. He's going to pass it over. It looked like it might have been a pass to Crayon, but instead is going to take control himself. Is going to be stopped right there by the Wolves. They are looking for any sort of goal here as they're running out of precious seconds to tie this back up.
We've got Sunky and Crayon over here battling out for that ball. Sunky ultimately coming out on top, bringing it all the way over to the corner, bouncing it back off that back wall to Mion Switch with the follow-up shot. All three members getting a touch on that ball. Teamwork makes the dream work. Nicely done, bringing the score to 1-5 with 23 seconds on the clock. I don't foresee the Green Wolves being able to close that gap.
Yeah, this is just a little bit too little time here to get any sort of goal, especially since that kickoff didn't turn into anything. So with 10 seconds left, it's just a matter of letting that clock tick down and the ball hit the ground. And that is when the game is going to end. And overall, what a great performance there by the Red Mammoths, seated so low in the initial standings and able to come back and defeat the 4th seeded team to move on in the game.
The Mammoths are one of the teams that, before in the past, we've talked about the ability for esports tower teams to just take a little bit of a break, whether it be a week, 2 weeks, and in the case of, I believe, the Swerve and even the Barracudas, they took multiple weeks off. They come back swinging, and the Red Mammoths are not going down without a fight, and that last game definitely demonstrated that.
Well, that is not the only quarterfinal match that we have for tonight. We are going to have one of the top teams that we have been talking about in our next match. And it is going to be the Barracudas versus the Blue Wolves, and this is going to be a best-of-3 series. Barracudas, one of those, the top-seeded team, actually, going up against the Blue Wolves. And you have been in a situation competing in esports competitively. What's it like? What's the mindset you got to put yourself in if you're going up a team that's top-seeded?
Honestly, all you can go in is just thinking everything's equal. There is no kind of bragging rights involved. No one has any background behind this, and it's a 0-0 game right out the gate. Don't put as little pressure on yourself as you possibly can, because the more pressure you add, the more opportunity you give yourself to mess up. The overanalyzation starts to kick in, and the anxiety really gets too high. So you just got to go at it. Keep in mind everything you've learned up until this point. Remember those scouting tips that you learned from your coaches, the VOD reviews. Bring that all in to the head of the point here, and just make sure you play your hardest and leave it all out on the virtual field.
We're going to get into our second game right here, and we're going to see who is going to be trying to move on to the semifinals. It's going to be the Green Wolves versus the Red Mammoths, excuse me. Before we get to some of the other seeded teams, Red Mammoths still got to continue on their journey, find their redemption arc.
We do see Is Cute over here trying to back off away from Crayon from that ball. It is high in the air. That's never a situation you want to be in when you're playing against some of these people, because aerial control is something that sets the bar for a few of these teams, and they can take advantage of that as we see Jay steal away that ball, sending it over into the corner here on the side of the Mammoths and trying to corral it down off that wall, but Crayon's coming in as well as Sunky to send it right back over towards the Green Wolves goal.
Now it's going to be Crayon trying to fight Ninja for it. Here we move. Sunky is actually, yeah, we're going to be going into, the second game of the series. So Red Mammoths lead 1. Excuse me, Nerdy. I just needed a second to reset my own mind after this.
That is okay. We did just see Ninja Boy make a fantastic goal. This is the best-of-3 series, so if the Green Wolves can manage to get this victory, we'll see this go into a Game 3. But if the Red Mammoths come out on top, that is the good night for the Cinderella story of the Green Wolves for this evening, and the Mammoths will clutch out this victory for themselves. However, if we see the rotations clean up for the Green Wolves, I feel like this actually could be the game that we see go to a Game 3.
Here comes Jay, is going to be reversing, trying to contest the ball here, but it's going to be played around 2, set up for Crayon, and that was just beautiful to watch.
Oh my goodness. Sunky, Crayon, that was some magic. Actually, I believe that might have been Mion Switch. Either way, and the demolition right off the kickoff there is out for both teams, out for gasoline right now.
I was almost watching in denial at that last play there because it just went so well. It's like the play that you think of that has no sort of answer back or no sort of defense. That was just so slickly played. And another demo coming out there from the Green Wolves, though. They want revenge and are going to find it, going up to 2-1. Ninja getting his second goal.
I do believe that was an assist coming out there from Jay on that goal as well. Honestly, We've said it before here. This is a team sport. You can't be the only playmaker. You have to rely on your teammates and just making sure that you set each other up for success. But there's Jay doing that aerial pass to themselves, crossing that midfield stripe all the way down to the Mammoth goal already. Ninja Boy trying to get the shot. Unfortunately, it's going to be saved by Crayon. So nicely done there, Mammoths.
Under 3 minutes now left in the second game of this series. It's best of 3, meaning that Mammoths find themselves at match point here. It's going to be trying to play around Jay, and a bunch of clustering around the ball there, and no clear to be spoken of as the Mammoths have once again kept the side control going for them. Last minute save by Jay.
Mion, that was a beautiful shot nonetheless, but Jay now with that aerial foot play or tire work going on, had a nice shot. Unfortunately, just not enough control on that one. Bounced around a few too many times, and now Sunky has possession of it, but it's a little too far over their own head. Neon Switch coming in for the save in front of their own goal. Nicely done. Another shot on goal, and it'll be turned away by Sunky.
Now the Red Mammoths are going to find themselves in an ever-increasing predicament. They've got 2 minutes left. Look at Jay there, going to be credited with the goal. And that is just some fumbling around there.
We're seeing double commits coming out from both these sides. I would have to say, however, that it is the Green Wolves that are more guilty of it. So that just comes down to cleaning up those comms, making sure you're not being too much of a ball hog and letting everybody have their opportunity to make plays happen. There's always a chance that someone else has a better shot than you do. So make sure you share the ball, my friends.
Well, here comes Jay, is going to be centering it up. It gets pushed back over to the side. Jay again is going to be taken away from him there by the Red Mammoths. Another shot coming through there. Green Wolves are fighting back fiercely.
It is cute. Nicely done. Great goal. It was quite cute.
Well, now here comes the kickoff, and exactly what the Mammoths might need to come back into the game. They managed to get the better of it, at least. Jay with the clear there. It's going to be Sunky left to play defense. And actually, Neon Switch came in there to try to push it off to the side, but it didn't quite work out. So now, slowly but surely, Crayon is going to have to fight the ball in the center, is able to get a hit on it. Now the Mammoths get back their side control, but they need to get some shots on goal. It really has been, I'm surprised that, oh, there goes the shot on goal from Neon Switch. Okay.
Sunky and Mion working together. Sunky did a beautiful couch potato. That did a beautiful stop on that ball when Jay tried to send it away, allowing Mion to come swooping in and get that goal. Well done. Keep that up. Do more of it. 1 minute remaining. 3 goals now to make the difference. It's doable. It's possible. We've seen 5 in 40 seconds here in the Esports Tower Rocket League Rumble. I have faith that they'll bring it back, but either way, we're going to end up going to another game if the Mammoths don't clutch this one out.
Crayon is going to stop that forward push there by Jay. Now it's going to pass it over to Sunky in the corner. Is able to play around just off the right post. Isn't able to find it. Ooh, that is very unfortunate there.
We did just see a great shutdown there, though. Jay was in the air doing some nice dribbling, and one of the members of the Mammoth said, nope, not today, and took it away from Jay by just spiking it down onto the ground. We need to see more of that. You cannot let these players that have the gift of aerial Rocket League play do whatever they want with that ball, and one of the things you need to do is just disrupt them in mid-flight.
15 seconds left. The Green Wolves are going to be the one to tie up this series overall. The Mammoths are just going to have to scratch their heads and reset their minds. We're going to see how well they can do. I think we have seen a lot of life. It is mainly going to be, I think the main differential was Sunky still had some great plays, but he wasn't the force that we saw in the first game of just 1 shot on goal, follow up 2 shots, follow up a 3rd shot on goal.
The pace of that match was drastically slower, in my opinion, than the first round that we saw. So I think if the Mammoths really want to come out on top, they just need to go full octane, constantly, I hate to say this, but not moderate their boost as much. Just go for the boost starving, constantly grabbing those corner boosts. Make sure you maintain that side control, because the double commits coming out from the Green Wolves, it's easy to capitalize on that if you're looking to support the Mammoths here.
Well, it's all tied up. Green Wolves versus Red Mammoths in the first quarterfinal of our Esports Tower Rumble this week. Who is going to be going on to the semifinals? It's all going to come down to this 3rd game. And here we go. Let's get to it.
Clip Coach Jay's wings. That is my advice, Red Mammoths. Nothing against you, Jay. You're a gem. We love you. But I have to support the underdogs here.
Well, we kind of have Jay and Sunky as kind of the prime targets for each team here. This is going to be Jay. He's going to be looking to start some sort of clear there, but didn't look like he had a boost to make a play there. And that was actually Sunky again coming alive there for another shot on goal. And now here comes Mion, is going to try to get the ball again there over into the blue corner, but it looks like Wolves are going to find their clear.
There wasn't enough speed coming out for the Wolves there to maintain the possession, however, allowing Sunky to capitalize on that, bringing it in front of the blue goal, but of course, Jay coming in, saving grace, the angel with wings right there, making sure it gets turned away. Sunky once again trying to corral this ball here in the corner. It gets shot across that midfield stripe. Sunky has possession here in the corner. Is Cute's coming hot on their tails. And now we have all three members of the Wolves here ready to defend their goal. There's almost a shot, but it was turned away by Coach Jay before the connection was even made.
Well, we've already a little bit over 1 minute into this match, and there's some unfortunate double commits there coming out from the Mammoths. And we do not want to see those. There was especially an unfortunate one that happened right as a shot on goal was being made last game. So they're going to need to clean that up just a little. Sunky looking for the clear, able to play it over, but Crayon misses. So in comes Jay to push it back. Is going to be looking for a shot there, stopped by Sunky. And now the Mammoths keeping the score tied at 0-0.
We've got Ninja Gaming trying to get possession of the ball, but Sunky's going to steal it away, taking it down into the corner. Jay will race them for it and ultimately end up the victor with possession, taking it all the way to the other corner, playing in front of your own goal. Always a risky move there. We see the elevation, but unfortunately not high enough. It gets shot to the other side. It's in front of Mion, but Jay, too fast, too furious, stealing it away, taking it down to the Mammoths goal, and they get demoed for it. And another one coming out at the midfield. Sunky seeing that opportunity, taking a shot on goal.
Jay is going to be corralling it off to the corner here. He's going to try to get a clear, and Mion is going to miss that. So now here comes Sunky, is going to be pushing it up, maybe playing it around there, but a nice stop there by Ninja there. But in comes Mion there to stop it. Crayon actually over to Mion to get the first goal, and the Mammoths now can get a slight lead.
Slowly but surely, the Mammoths will win the race. I feel like Mammoths are going to be notoriously slower than Wolves, so I wanted to try to make a rabbit, the tortoise and the hare reference.
Yeah, well, it is that way though. You know, the Mammoths are certainly a lumbering threat coming down the field. And here comes Mion, is going to be fighting Ninja in there, is going to play it around them. Now in comes Sunky here, look for his great demo! What a great demo!
That was beautiful, Sunky. I don't know if you had fully intended that combustion to occur, but just in time, and then no one was there to stop the shot, and it just beautifully rolled in.
Now is Cute is actually going to be handing it off to Jay there, looking for the clear, is able to play it around. Oh, that was dangerous there, but Sunky able to get a nice save there. Is now going to be passing it off to, it looks like Crayon is going to be playing it around Jay. Jay actually stops him midfield, pass over to Ninja, going to be centering it up. Jay goes for the shot on goal, but is stopped there.
We've got Crayon and Mion trying to battle it out for the ball, but Sunky will ultimately be the one to get the touch on it, sending it to the midfield. It gets redirected once again. Mion switch and Jay elevating, both spiking it into the air. It drops down. No one's there. Ninja Gaming comes in to be the saving grace to the side of the Wolves, sending it back over to the Mammoths goal. Is Cute. Gets a knock on it with their hood, unfortunately sending it in the wrong direction, forcing Jay to change their trajectory on that shot. And the follow-up, however, coming out from Mion's switch will bring their score to 3.
Here we go, his very crucial kickoff for the Wolves. So they're going to be pinched off to the side there. Now here Kay comes. Sunky's going to take it away over to Jay, and is Cute. Jay's going to go airborne, playing it right over the Mammoths. He's going to drive it to midfield. Now here comes Crayon, is going to be grounding it over to Sunky. And still, even though that's not a shot on goal, any sort of side control to burn off this remaining minute is going to be key for the Mammoths.
Jay tried to get a shot. It went wide to the left of the goal, unfortunately for them, allowing the Mammoths to get some level of possession here. Ninja Boy Gaming trying to beat Sunky here to the ball. They get a shot off that back wall, a little bit too high. The rebound dropping down in front of one of the Green Wolves, who gets destroyed as soon as the ball makes contact with them, unfortunately allowing Mion to get that redirect all the way to the midfield. Still battling it out here for the ball, but there's 2 players from the Mammoths here corralling around just one member of the Green Wolves.
Now Jay is going to be taking control of it, trying to flick it over, is able to get it, but the crossbar is going to stop him right there. Another demo is going to come out, actually 1-for-1 for both teams there, but it's just a little bit of too little too late. That is going to do it for the Red Mammoths, getting the overall victory in that quarterfinals and moving on.
I could say I didn't cast or curse that, because I definitely was saying that I wanted the Mammoths to win, and I think they were going to. They did. So no one dropped the emote in the chat, unless, no, you can't. No, I was right for once.
Well, that is the victory for the Red Mammoths, taking it 2-0. One of the bottom-seeded teams is going to be moving on to the semifinals. So what a great story for them, especially when you're going up against a team that has a player as well known as Jay.
I feel like it might have been just a tiny bit skewed, just a little bit. But, I mean, you harassed Jay as much as they did. I mean, both Sunky, Mion, all three members, Sunky, Mion, and Cran, were just constantly ramming into Jay whenever they had the opportunity to. And yeah, you don't go for the demolition all the time. Maybe you don't have enough speed, but the disruption play is enough to shut a player even as good as Jay down. So nicely done.
Well, now we move on to the second match in the quarterfinals, but before we get to that, we have to go to Doc's keys to the game in Rocket League, and that is don't let them have multiple attempts. Clear the ball at all angles, make sure to steal that boost, and bump and demo to disrupt. That is Doc's keys to the game, brought to you by Esports Tower. You can go to esportstower.com to get more information about how you can get matched up with great players, have opportunities to talk to industry professionals, and have opportunities to compete in great events like the BRC, which is going to be coming up right after this for whoever wins this wins this week, excuse me.
No pressure or anything, right?
No pressure.
As I at the beginning of this broadcast was like, just don't think about it. Just don't remember that there's all this stuff on the line. It has the opportunity to compete in the box fights. Yeah, I'm sorry to everyone that's watching that is playing in these games. We're not intentionally adding pressure. We totally are adding pressure to you intentionally. just a side note.
Well, allow me to add even more pressure, because this is the game with one of the top-seeded teams that's coming up. It is going to be the Barracudas going up against the Blue Vipers here. And this is one of the big games we were talking about.
Are we going to see David take down Goliath finally this evening? I'm not holding my breath, because this is definitely a situation.
Not the blue, it's the other blue team.
Oh, it's the other Blue Wolves.
But it's still a bit of a David and Goliath, because Barracudas are a fierce team in their own right.
Oh, yes, and Quez already demonstrating that. Has possession of the ball, battling it out against Sir Wolf here in the corner. Unfortunately, it will get turned away, but the Barracudas are not letting go just yet. Quez has possession yet again, doing that aerial footwork we saw in the last game, and getting a goal all by themselves. You could definitely tell that from at least the beginning to now. Quez, I don't even want to know how many hours you put into this game. It would make me cry, but with that being said, you can't do that, my friend. We discussed this last week. Please stop leaving those goals wide open.
Here comes Fraud, is going to get the better of that kickoff. It's going to be heading over to the Blue Wolves here. Now Quez is going to be able to play it up and around, going to go airborne for the second tap, is going to be going for the goal. He gets it!
That was dropped like right behind Sir Wolf. Sir Wolf, my heart goes out to you. There was nothing you could have done against that one.
Well, and Quez gets another good shot. He's going to do it again. Look, oh, phew. Oh, the Blue Wolves are just going back and forth, trying to stop the force that is Quez.
I mean, Quez is one of those players that is, and they're already back. They're already back at their own side. They and the aerial play between Quez and Magic, and they're just dropping it right. Is there going to be a follow-up shot right here? No need. Quez bicycling it in. Honestly, Blue Wolves, this is my advice to you. Mischief, Sir Wolf, Clark, any of you, go full bore into Quez.
Well,
just do it.
Looky here, it's Prod's just more than content to just sit back and watch the show. And the thing that I like most about that last goal is it was just the most casual of pops over to Quez. It was as if Magic was just handing it over to Quez and saying, "You got this."
I actually am wondering if Prod is even in the arena anymore. That seems like they might have disconnected. But even so, being down one player, the Barracudas are not hurting in any regard right now. They're doing just fine on their own with just 2 players. Quez and Magic have been playing together for a few weeks now, and I do believe Prod is a new name on that roster, so maybe they're just kind of observing and seeing how they fit in.
Yeah, it just happens to everyone, you know. It just disconnects can be a way of life now, and the Wolves are going to try to take advantage of that. They are still stumbling as Stephen Clark is fighting with Magic, and now it has to go over to Mr. Magic.
Magic!
Goal.
What? You played that around. How? I think that was 2, maybe all 3 members of the Blue Wolves on that one. And my apologies to anyone else that has their eye twitching right now because the Blue Wolves are in orange and the Barracudas are the ones in blue. I know it's confusing.
We didn't make that decision. However, Quez has already made up their decision there, is going to be trying to push it up the field, is going to be taken away. Oh, stopped in their tracks with that demo, and Quez coming in for a great save.
Quez is a one-man army right now, just taking on everyone of the Blue Wolves. We do see that Prod is reconnected, I believe, so now all 3 members are... Nope, Prod is not there. It is just Quez and Magic as Magic gets demoed, but Quez is like, sorry, friend, I will do the best I can to avenge you, with the ball being sent all the way back down to this goal for the Barracudas.
I have heard of rule of 1. This might be rule of 0. If Critical Prod is just staying there in front of the goal. But look at Quez able to play around. Quez and Magic able to play around the Wolves even when they are 1 card down. And look at Magic here. Has the opportunity again. They come in for the double commit. Oh my goodness.
The triple commit from the Blue Wolves there might have been their own undoing. Oh, that's so unfortunate to see happen, but it does occur in this game and many others. My heart goes out to all 3 of you.
Man, this can't be. I mean, it's both the best feeling and the worst feeling, you know. It's the feeling that you get when you're able to get a win, you know. When you're playing one of these online matches, someone disconnects and your team is still able to pull out the victory despite being 1 person down. But it is the worst feeling when you're the team that has a 1-player advantage and you're still fumbling around.
I mean, when you have the dynamic duo of Magic and Quez, who even last week were popping off together, it's difficult to shut that down.
Oh, here comes Prod.
But, Prod, have you reconnected and rejoined us? I believe possibly. I don't know. Maybe. Your internet might be a little bad. If you're playing on a toaster, talk to Buddy. They may be able to help you out a little bit in that regard.
They got 1 ping. So that's why their car moved a little bit.
We've got Quez and Magic still here doing the onslaught as best they can as just 2 of them. Production still just dead in the water, but I mean, a body is a body, and if you can just redirect a ball that accidentally ends up hitting your car, more power to you, as we do see Quez playing the ball around by themselves in front of the Blue Wolves goal yet again, taking all 3 members to shut down that aggressive push there.
Well, there goes at least 1 goal for the Blue Wolves.
I saw Production move. I saw Prod move, but it might have been that they got thrown around by their own teammate.
At this point, we're just playing the game of watch and see if Prod moves.
No, Prod is not moving, and now we have, I believe that might be Magic, or it could be Quez. Elevating, that was definitely Quez with that ball, and now...
Stephen Clark.
Clark, are you going to do it?
Oh, he moved!
Oh, Clark. Clark lost their dribble mid-air. That is always so difficult to maintain. It is definitely a high bar to try and maintain, to even get on the level of some of these players with their aerial control. Sometimes just playing the ground game is easier, my friends.
Speaking of the ground, that is what the ball hits now to give the Barracudas their first victory in this match, and hopefully a little bit of time to get all those connection issues sorting up. But man, they have been dominating the group stage last week and are looking to be one of the favorites to move on to the semifinals.
Okay, so Quez and Magic, this is going to sound funny. They have something. There's a magic between the 2 of them. I have no other way to put that. But, Quez, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you now have a gigantic red X on your back. And someone, or everyone, is going to be coming for you to shut you down. Those demolitions don't seem like they do a whole lot, but if anybody likes to be like Ariana and emulate Ariana's behavior from one of our other teams and just go for the demolitions expert, you know, in a match, get those 10 demolitions, if all of them happen on you, that's 30 seconds that you're not on the field.
Well, it seems like the Blue Wolves outside of this tournament have had the right mindset. They've been working very hard on improving every single week. Clark and Wolf in particular have been working together outside of these tournaments in-game to mesh better together, and every single match gets you just a little bit more information. And of course, it's always good to, you know, not smurf and go up against the best of the best
Yes.
to sharpen your skills.
Don't do it. I frown upon that behavior. Play with people of your own level, otherwise you're learning nothing. And it teaches you bad habits to smurf, honestly.
Well, here comes Magic is going to be looking for, is going to be passing it over to Quez there. It might just be Magic and Quez again. And here comes Quez, is going to be getting a great shot just off the right post. They're not going to find it. But still, with only 2 players managing to be able to keep the side control firmly in their favor.
I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know how these two are pulling this off, but they are some incredible players. And with that, we see the first goal with just not even a full minute elapsing off the clock. But Mischief and Sir Wolf definitely demonstrating their prowess on the defensive front. And we do see Clark getting that ball. Unfortunately, that crossbar, that sidebar is nobody's friend. It was just a little too far to the left. It hurts everybody's heart. I understand. It's okay.
Here comes Quez, is able to pick up the 100 boost, is now going to be going mid-air. He's going to be able to drive it back over, and oh, this opportunity here for the Wolves. Last minute, Magic comes in for the save.
I did not think Magic was actually going to make that one. Even with boost in their tank, there was not enough speed in my eyes, but they managed it. Quez barely moving, managed to stop that ball from going in. Now Magic with possession, taking it up the side. Stephen Clark trying to catch up to them. Magic and Quez going to play it around each other to keep it away from all 3 members of the Wolves here. Quez playing it back towards their own goal to try and get that boost, get some speed. Now going for that aerial play yet again. How do you shut down someone who does that? The answer, if you're Stephen Clark, just wait for them to hit the ground.
A little bit of a, oh, that was very unfortunate there. It looked like a flick off to the side there, actually, from the Blue Wolves themselves. Put it off to the right of the goal. Now Quez is just going to come in right afterwards and just show how a shot on goal is made.
Okay, so hear me out. If we've got Magic and Quez doing this while Prod is unfortunately dealing with internet issues, we've all been there. Any gamers experience this. DCs happen. Your internet shuts down, your computer's just not having a good day. Things like that occur, but if these guys are doing this well right now, and we see them get into the grand finals, what is going to happen if they have all 3 members going full speed, good connections, not dead in the water?
Ooh, that's a nice kickoff there for the Blue Wolves. Just going to be a little bit left of the goal. Now here comes Magic, taken away by Sir Wolf there. The problem is that I'm not seeing that much of a speedy follow-up from the Blue Wolves, and the Barracudas are just playing so much faster here. It looked like Quez might have had another shot on goal there, but just at the very last moment taken away by the Wolves.
If it weren't going to be super disorientating, if we could possibly ever do it, but as I said, it would be disorientating to have like the crane cam, the above head shot. I think what's happening, the reason why the Blue Wolves are having such a hard time is because Magic and Quez are literally stealing all the mega boosts. I believe that might be what's happening. That's why we see them go zooming in and out of frame so often, because they are just going for those boosts to maintain as much speed as they can. And unfortunately, that ball getting shot off of Quez by one of the members of the Blue Wolves there, right in front of the Blue Wolves' goal. We could see the comeback begin right here for the Wolves. It's right there. Just someone has to get the right touch on it. And unfortunately, Mischief going for the redirect. It's in the wrong direction, passing it back to each other towards their own goal. Never a good idea when you're playing against Magic and Quez. They're going to monopolize on that.
You know, one thing that's a little interesting is we haven't really seen a lot of demos this match, and I would think that if the other team has well,
and the demo was from Magic.
Well, that, you know, but I would think that that's something that the Blue Wolves might try to do, because if you're only playing against 2 others, you basically get them down to just 1 player there. Now here comes another demo, but it's the Barracudas who are out for blood right now. It's going to do a pop off the roof just over to the left. Magic going to be right there for the follow-up, and just over all the players. Oh, Clark at the very last moment.
Magic tried to carry it in, but it wasn't enough momentum, and now we've got the Wolves turning it around and finding their first goal. Minute and 11 seconds. You guys might be able to close this gap. I have faith in your ability to score. Just don't let Quez and Magic demo you. You guys need to be going for the demos on them. Just don't let it happen.
Well, we saw the shots on goal overall are actually just 6-5 in favor of the Barracudas. So Wolves have had some opportunities, so they can just get some more shots on goal, especially since the Barracudas are stretched thin in terms of players. They might be able to get some sort of comeback, but little time left there. The ball is going to be followed up off the backboard. Not going to find anything, and it's going to be Magic and Quez actually bunched up in the left corner. And Magic is just going to, ooh, nice save there from Mischief. They have an opportunity here, gonna punish that open goal, and there goes the Blue Wolves getting their second.
35 seconds, can you guys bring this one back? I have faith in your ability to do so. They're playing a man down, you can do this.
Here we go, it's gonna be off to the side right now, and for the Barracudas, it's just a matter of maintaining possession. Unfortunate double commit there from the Wolves, getting a little bit of tunnel vision, wanting that goal so bad. And now they're going to have to get a clear, and very soon, here comes Sir Wolf, is going to be, oh, unfortunate little misplay there, is not going to be able to get the flick that he wanted.
We have Mischief popping it off their hood, trying to send it back to Sir Wolf. Unfortunately, there wasn't enough speed from their teammate to catch back up to that ball. Quez now has possession here of this ball with 1 second on the clock. It's going to hit the ground, and with that, our esports winners for this round will be the Barracudas.
Well, despite being one player down in that match, the Barracudas showing why they are the top-seeded team, getting 2-0 for that match. Well, you know, Nerdy, you know, going it alone can only get you so far, although tell that to the Barracudas. Ultimately, if you want to increase your chances of success, though, you have to level up your teaming skills, and we saw that by the way that Magic and Quez played off of each other, and you can see how far they've come since when they've just started in the Rumble in general. And Esports Tower can take the time to create teams of well-matched teammates. Shout out to all the coaches and those watching. If you haven't checked out Esports Tower clubs, you should. It's a fast track to rank up esportstower.com. So now we can take a look overall at the bracket. We can see here Red Barracudas and Red Mammoths going to be moving on to the semis. And we see Group B there, Swerve and Blue Vipers. So very incredible bracket that is shaping up, and the ultimate underdogs being the Red Mammoths. It is going to be amazing to see what comes in the bracketed stage of this event. But we are going to take a quick break before we get to that, and we are going to be right back after these messages.
Are you guys ready? I don't think you guys are ready, bro. Here we go. Prepare your ears, chat. Prepare your ears. Here we go. Yes, sir. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Shmee Cup. They're not going to be ready for this. Oh! Oh! Nitro with 2, 3. Get down.
Dark Wave. Get down.
Well, he got the ace. He got the ace to close it. Corey is your first Shmee Cup champion. UFC events. Brought in some heavy hitters to support this tournament. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was the first Shmi Cup. Hashtag never alone,
Hello, I'm Rajneesh Khanna from iCultivewear and Chopra Foundation. Mental health has been brought up a lot recently and proven to be at the forefront of our conversations. As we begin to understand how comprehensive it is, we should open up a conversation that mental health is not one size fits all. We all need help or just someone to talk to from time to time.
Mental health is a very serious thing. So I'm glad that we were able to run this tournament and showcase and just show that and help support that cause, for mental health. So thank you guys so much. Let me go talk to the Esports Tower team. Yo, what's going on, guys?
Hello, man.
So how did it feel playing against Tens?
I was shaking.
Yeah.
Shaking the entire time.
You guys got rounds, right? So that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And don't feel down. You literally just
I
played.
feel great right now.
I'm coming out. Yeah, you guys literally played against one of the most stacked teams, I think, of this tournament. All the people that are watching too, like, you guys can do this as well. You guys can earn your chance. Go look up Esports Tower, and they're doing good things over there.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Welcome back to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. And this is the first bracket stage of the new format for the Esports Tower Rocket League Rumble, where at the end of this night, one team will be qualifying to go on to compete in BFC. There's a lot at stake tonight. I'm still your host, Jacob Jem Palmer. I hope you had a happy 4th. And I am joined today by Artie Nerdy Rain to cover all of the action tonight. And this is where things get very serious, because looking at the overall standings as we enter the bracket stage, you're going up against the top-seeded team. We have the team that managed to get a victory with one player down versus the Red Mammoths, our ultimate underdog story tonight.
Either way, I had to take a pause there because I'm trying to word this in a way that actually does not sound mean to either one of these teams. Because in all honesty, I feel like if you're rooting for the Barracudas or you're rooting for the Mammoths, on either side, for both sets of these players, it's like you're beating up your own sibling. They're from the same club. They play together. They scrim together. Chances are they've been on a roster together. So hopefully it's all just GGs and they play with good spirits. And if the Barracudas, I'm hoping this time y'all have your full team in? I guess that's the only way I can put it. I hope you don't have a disconnect.
Well, if Nerdy is not going to word things in a way that my teams might take offense to, Doc will happily fill that role in Doc's Keys to the Game in Rocket League, and that's not to let them have multiple attempts, clear the ball at angle, steal that boost, and bump and demo to disrupt. That is brought to you by esportstower.com. You can improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up at esportstower.com. So now we get ready for the Barracudas versus the Red Mammoths. And throughout the group stage, we have thought both of these teams had a chance to make it to the finals, although Red Mammoths started out as one of the bottom-seeded teams. This is their opportunity to take on the best of the best and take us completely off guard.
I am torn right now because it's like ever since the Blue Vipers came into the mix here, I've been rooting for the Swerve and the Barracudas to take them down, and now it's like, oh, rooting for the underdogs. We gotta let the Mammoths rise to the occasion, and now I've got the Mammoths and the Barracudas going against each other, and I can't say either side's my favorite because I like all of these players. They're all just honestly great people, but I'm so sorry, guys. Just good luck. That's the only advice I can give in this situation, because, like, I can't root for either side here. Just show me what you got and do the best that you can.
Well, good luck indeed. It is the Barracudas versus the Red Mammoths in the first semifinal of the night for the Esports Tower Rumble. Who will be going on to the grand finals and a chance to go to BFC? Let's find out right now as we hop on into this game. Barracudas, really the question with them is, are we going to see a full team from them? Or are Quez and Magic just going to be happy to, you know, just completely have their triple taps in the air and completely just have fun flying?
I'm going to say that Prod was just intentionally taking a backseat role there, just doing analytics, looking at how Magic and Quez, babysitting really, looking at how they played together and just being like, you don't need me. You're good.
Look,
I'm gonna take a break now. Just imagine if I were playing, how much harder
you're
this
doing
would
a
be.
great job there. You're doing a great job.
Yeah,
just have fun.
grandstanding for their team, just cheering them on in the comms. That's all they had to do. That's all Prod needed to bring to the table.
Well, we are just about ready to get into this match. Barracudas versus Red Mammoths. And now we will see the full extent here of the story, because now we can see the individual boost levels for each team. We were talking about last game how it seemed like Magic and Quez were able to kind of steal that boost, so now we will see the full extent of that strategy.
Yes, we'll see if the starvation is actually occurring, because in this game, that is something you need. You need the speed. You have to chronically be moving at, you know, Mach 5, taking people out if you need to, and if you do not have those boosts, you can't get in the air. And if Quez or Magic are stealing all of those mega boosts and they decide to go for the aerial play, you can't do anything if there's not enough in your gas tank.
Yeah, you don't want the Mammoths to live up to their name and just lumbering around on the ground. We need to see some Mammoths fly tonight, and so let's hopefully see that. The Barracudas, it's just tough to not say about them. What do you think the main thing, once we see Prod kind of get into the fray overall, what do you think is the main thing that we can see from them with 3 players?
I think it's going to not, there's not going to be open goals. If Prod continues their positioning as they were in the last game, rotating to that back post quickly and just allowing Magic and Quez to play off of each other, be the ones really going for those offensive plays, making the shots on goal, being ready at the midfield to either drop back and rotate to the back post if your Prod is going to be very important, because if you have 2 players that are always being that aggressive, you need to find out where you fit into the mix there. And fitting into the mix, honestly, is being the defensive player, not being the playmaker. I know it's hard to be in that situation, but you're a support. At the end of the day, you're playing support in a Rocket League team if you are the defensive player. And it's very important. It's still a crucial role. You won't get nearly as many medals, you won't get fancy highlights, but you'll be the person saving your team at the end of the day.
Now, what is the overall story that we can take away from demos, and just kind of, because we have seen them be the main factor in getting some goals, but how do you judge the overall risk versus reward in getting the demos?
You have to take a look at, okay, if I demo this person right now, if you have possession of the ball and you go for that demo on this player, if they're right in front of you and it's like, they're here, you have the ball, the goal's there, that demo, more often than not, is going to result in that goal for you, because there's no one left. You took out the defender. Good on you. But we've also seen this situation where we've seen someone leave the play area, so to speak, where like all the action's happening over here and there's like maybe this person kind of cherry picking at the midfield zone, and this person just guns off out of the screen and goes and demos that person. And unfortunately, while they're doing that, they have let their team a player down and allowed for the other team to use that opportunity to score. So you have to keep that in mind. Like, am I putting myself in a position where if something happens, I can't follow it up, I can't help my teammates, I can't stop a ball if it goes towards my goal? If you have to ask yourself, is the ball going to go in if I'm not there? Don't go to blow someone up. That is my advice. I understand the fireworks are pretty, but it's not always worth it. The wildfire is not worth it, my friends.
You got to see the fireworks last night,
yes.
You know, to focus on the goals tonight. Well, if we are talking mainly about Magic and Quez, we cannot forget Sunky on the side of the Mammoths. He was the main playmaker last round for them. And if they can just find a way to kind of disrupt that combo, you know, stop those mid-air combos that Quez and Magic allow, and manage to get the ball to Sunky enough to where he can get those consistent shots on goals, that can be the Mammoths' path forward. forward.
Sunky and Cran, great on following each other up. Me on switch, also fantastic on making sure not leaving that goal open and just being the aggressor, not going for the demos like Ariana, like we've seen in the past. Mion is definitely more of, I want to say, you know, the controlled trigger finger in this situation, because it is still a trigger button in that regard. They don't slam their foot all the way down on the pedal and be like, all right, I'm gunning for you. You're going to go blowing up right in front of my eyes, and all you're going to see is smoke. They're going for the, I'm just going to nudge you out of the way, and that's going to be enough. And honestly, when you do that, you save so much resource too, that you can be that disruptive player, and then you can jump up and save a ball. Heaven forbid that it was a pass to that one person that you decide to boop out of the way. It's a little too high. You've saved the boost in your tank to allow you to do that, or you can zoom to a different location and go help out. Heaven forbid the ball goes wide left of the net and you need to run back in that situation. So controlling your boost for me on Switch is something that, at least in my opinion, they don't struggle with. And with that in mind, plus Crayon and Sunky being powerhouses of their own, those three together, I feel like, are definitely going to go toe-to-toe with the Barracudas, especially if the Barracudas are at full force.
Well, the one other thing we got to keep in mind is those kickoff goals, which can really be the main thing. You know, that's the one thing we look, if there's like 30 seconds left and you need to get multiple goals, it all comes down to that kickoff.
We see a lot of times, like with these kickoff goals, there's double commits happening from both sides. Two players go running after the ball, trying to get a pinch off just to send it into the air, what have you. I don't know every little gear that's turning in their brains, but in those situations, if you haven't clearly called who's supposed to rotate back, you're going to leave the goal open. So make sure you're using your comms. That's what they're there for. If you hear someone say, I got it, or I'm going for the kickoff, don't be a ball hog. I know it sounds like I am talking like a soccer coach or a basketball coach. Just, this is still soccer with RC cars.
You're not that far off.
Exactly. Don't be a ball hog. Make sure if someone has called it, you do the next thing. The next step, make sure the net's not open. Make sure you're rotating back or get in a position where you're there for the rebound.
Well, we have the semifinals of the Mammoths versus the Barracudas coming up very soon here. But after that, we also have the Vipers versus the Swerve. And let's just kind of go over that and your general thoughts on those two teams.
So the Swerve is one of those, I can't say late bloomer, because they, I feel like, joined just before the Blue Vipers or vice versa. They came into the Esports Tower Rumble relatively late into the game here, but the Swerve, as soon as they came out, Fish and I both said, wow, this is a team we need to look out for. Granted, they're kind of like, you know, one of those River Rocks, still need a little bit of polishing, rough here and there, but they've had time. They took time off. They came back. They seemed like a whole new team, and honestly, they are on that level where it's like if they were to go against the Barracudas, they'd be taking them all the way to a 3 or 5 game series. So you cannot, you know, let that give up any slack in this regard if you're rooting for the Blue Vipers or are the Blue Vipers thinking, oh, it's just the Swerve. It's not the Barracudas. We can go easy on this one. No, you cannot. You have to take them very seriously or they will take advantage of your laziness.
Well, we are going to be getting to the semifinals right after this, so stay tuned. We're going to take a short break and be back with the gameplay. To the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. I'm still your host, Jacob Jim Palmer, joined by Artie Nerdy Rain. We are covering the Esports Tower Rocket League Rumble, about to get into the first semifinal matches. This is going to be the Barracudas versus the Red Mammoths, and all I have to say is I think we were making fun of Prod too much of just his ability, because I think he took his revenge network-wise on us. But we are back, ready to go. Let's get into this semifinal match.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, I had 320 ping. Now you guys get it.
You guys get it right now. Well, as I said, we are ready for the first semifinal match of the night. It is going to be the Barracudas versus the Red Mammoths. Barracudas #1 seed for the bracketed stage. Red Mammoths staging an amazing underdog story. We're going to see if they can continue that right now as we head down to the arena. As we're going to be kicking it off, Magic, well, starting much in the same way, doing some amazing mid-air plays.
We have Quez trying to corral the ball away over from Sunky, but Sunky got a fantastic clear. Prod is there, however, stealing away that mega boost. Sunky still playing it off the wall, centering it up for Cran, but then in comes Magic flying from that midfield mark to send it all the way over towards the Mammoth's goal. Now it's in the corner, and we have Neon Switch trying to take it back over towards the side of the Barracudas.
Now here comes oh, look at Prod there, coming back with a vengeance. Just wanted to be in the game.
Yes, and as Prod went in for that goal, we did see one of those demolitions we've been talking about occurring over on the side. Quez making sure Neon Switch could not do the job that I was discussing earlier, which is they are the defensive player. They make sure that ball does not have an easy time going in, and Quez was like, nah, I know you're a goalkeeper in real life. I'm going to take you out of the game, and blew them right up.
There goes Sunky with a nice mid-air clear there. He's going to be driving it off to the corner where Magic is going to take control. Prod finds himself demoed. Might be stopping the Barracuda's forward push, although we do see Quez and Magic are more than happy to just play between each other. And there goes Crayon trying to get the clear. It's going to be passed over to Meon, taken away from him by Magic. And Prod is going to come in just up into the left. Follow-up from Quez is going to find the goal. Oh, my goodness.
All three members needed for that one. That was beautiful teamwork. Prod with the shot, the secondary follow-up from Quez, and then Magic to find the goal. Nicely done, you three. Now it's time for Sunky, Kragan, and Meon Switch to do that themselves.
Well, here we go with the next play here. Might be a chance to even it up. Sunky credited with a shot on goal, but a nice flick there from Magic is going to be pushing it up and to the left. But in comes Meon. He's going to be looking for the clear here. He's going to be able to drive it. Now it goes over to Sunky. Nice demo onto Quez there. This could be the Mammoth's opportunity, but look at Prod driving it all the way back across the field. And now look at Quez here, pop off the roof there. It's just going to be stopped there by Sunky in front of the goal.
We've got Prod elevating at the midfield, getting a shot on goal, saved by Sunky, sending it back to the mid, but Quez coming off that wall, sending it right back towards the goal. Magic following up with the same routine, centering it up for themselves. They did not get a nice touch, but Prod did. Now it's back in the middle, and Sunky's going to take it to the midfield, but Quez not letting that be an easy fight, gets a shot on goal, and it's saved by Cran, but the follow-up from Magic will find that goal.
Yeah, just some great team play there from the Barracudas. Their rotations and team communication are so impeccable. They play so well off of each other. It's just coming through in spades for them right now. As we head on to the next kickoff, it's going to still be in the center. Prod is going to clean it up there, continue to push it forward. Meon comes in for some interference. And now look at Quez is just going to be doing that great mid-air play. Going to be doing his own assist there. Magic with a nice fall.
Oh!
My God.
The hat trick already.
The hat trick, the way it just dribbled in there is so. I thought Sunky, he was just trying to back himself up, but either just didn't have the boost to make the play or was just positioned wrong. It's just unfortunate.
So fitting that the hat trick is a bunny coming out of a hat, and Magic's the one to get that for the first one in this game.
Yeah.
Oh, Quez, are you doing it again? No, someone blocked that one. It got popped a little too high for you, and you do not have someone there for the follow-up. But Prod going for a similar play, trying to corral this ball in the mid-air. But Sunky, also a great prowess player with that aerial play, drops it down right to Meon Switch. Can you play it around Quez? Unfortunately, Quez read you too perfectly. Now we've got Sunky and Meon and Cran trying to play it around to each other, and they send it all the way over to the Barracuda's goal.
Well, this is kind of a piece of advice that you give often, Nerdy, and it's that when you see a team that has such great aerial play as the Barracudas, you want to keep that ball on the ground.
Yes, ground the stinking ball. Do not give them more opportunities to do what they do best. It's just like, why would you add fuel to the fire in that regard?
Well, and one other thing that we're seeing here is Meon Switch is trying to drive the ball up, but they have no boost whatsoever. Only Crayon was the one that had any sort of boost, and just compare that with the Barracudas. Quez and Magic always seem to be full up on boost, and they are just doing such a better job at managing their resources.
There seems to be someone, if not two, constantly for the side of the Mammoths that is just out of all of their boost, whether that be just due to poor rotation or genuinely due to Quez and Magic stealing every resource off the field, allowing them to go full speed ahead as we see Quez get a nice shot on goal, turned away by Cran right there. Now Sunky has the opportunity to center this ball up for one of their teammates. Unfortunately, though, we have Prod beating them to that ball, taking it all the way back. Now it's in the air, tossed over to Quez, but the pass unfortunately was a little bit too far back, and Prod did not be able to get that, was unable to get the second touch.
Look at the differential in shots on goal between these two teams. 13 for the Barracudas, just 2 for the Red Mammoths. And oh, just to rub salt in the wound. On top of the demo to Mion, Prod just comes right in there. That's the entire defense for the Red Mammoths gone. And the Barracudas, whoo, they are red hot.
I am sorry, Mion Switch. I called you out as a great defensive player, and now you're being bullied for it.
Disrespectful.
I mean, it is the strategy here to just, you know, demo the person that is the powerhouse for the defensive line, and they are doing it to a T to you, my friend, and I am very sorry.
Just channeling the energy of Chizu, if you remember, Nerdy. It is just disrespectful. Go to your rooms, Barracudas, and think about what you have done. You are grounded for the remainder of the match, but they aren't going to listen to me. Instead, they are just going to happily take their win, let that ball hit the ground. Prod just over Sunky. Are they? Oh. If that thing rolled in at the very last second.
Well, this is a best of 3, so we do still have the opportunity for the Mammoths to bring this one back. However, the boost starving that is occurring.
That is the main thing.
We actually got to see it on screen with our beautiful UI that we have up, so everyone got to witness just how much boost starving plays into this game. We said it, but it really isn't fine-grained into viewers who don't play the game without that little thing showing just how much it can hurt. And when you have one of your players unable to move as fast as everyone else, not to mention 2 most of the time, it's a sticky situation to be in.
Yeah, those triple tap mid-air plays do not come on their own. You need to have the right sort of resources, and it isn't just a matter of you know, just driving, you know, the simple thing of driving over the boost. It is the matter of having that team communication, having that strategy, and being able to pull off those rotations in a way where you can constantly pick up the boost without taking yourself out of the action for too long. So now the Red Mammoths have to try to even this up somewhat as we go on to the second match. This is going to be best of 5 as we have entered into the semis. And it's going to be in the center. Sunky starting it off right for the Mammoths, but it's going to be stopped right there by the Barracudas.
You can already see the boost is hurting for the players on the side of the Mammoths for a while there. We had Cran and Sunky both on low boost. Cran still with no boost, unfortunately. So now Mion Switch and Sunky are the only 2 able to do a whole lot of work here. Mion now forced to rotate back as Quez is already in front of the goal with no one there able to catch up. Magic is there for the follow-up. Prod stopping the ball in front of the goal would have been possibly a goal-scoring opportunity for their own team. Might have been an accident. Happens all the time. We do see, however, Mion Switch taking out Prod, so that's 3 seconds that the Barracudas will be down 1 player.
Well, here come the Mammoths. Need to get some sort of clear there. But this is something that they have just struggled with so often as Magic right off the crossbar from above.
From the high ropes, it's Magic with the chair. I'm sorry if anyone's ever seen WWE. I used to watch that when I was a kid. I used to dream of being that announcer, okay? Now I'm announcing esports. It's just how it worked out.
Yeah, it's just how it worked out, and that kickoff worked out really well for Magic there. It's now going to be all full up on boost. The whole team is going to be able to make the play that they want just right over Quez.
Quez! What was that?
And I don't know if Mion Switch was just
Mion had no boost, unfortunately.
Yeah. Even then, you would just want to position yourself just a little bit back on the back post instead of just being right in front of the goal.
And there is your keys from the game from the one and only Gem, Jacob Mountain Palmer.
Thank you. I don't have the same punch, though, or sass the Ducks sometimes brings out, though.
Oh, so. I can agree. That man has enough sass for everyone on the team, as does Quez, sending that in with the assist from Magic, and that was a bicycle even from Quez, just showing off some fancy tire work there. And there was nobody in the goal. We brought this up earlier. You cannot overcommit on your goal opportunities for your own team. You have to be ready to rotate back. Otherwise, the Barracudas will take advantage of that. The Red Mammoths themselves will take advantage of that. Do not leave your goal open, my friends.
Now here comes Crayon. That's going to be a nice clear, and Demo taking out Magic. Here comes Mion with a nice shot just off to the right, though. And now a bit of tit for tat as Crayon finds themselves demoed. Now here we go with Prod is going to be doing their own mid-air play. A nice save there by Sunky to push it off to the side. But the Barracudas are relentless here in their push forward.
The side control definitely is in their favor here, whether it be because of the boost starvation or just the ability to get clears and read where the ball is going to end up going. Magic is still in possession of the ball as they take it all the way back towards their own side. Sunky going after Prod, though, taking them out. Cran elevating right in front of the Barracuda's goal. It does get sent right to the midfield. Mion Switch with the follow-up, unfortunately wide of the goal. It's a centering shot, but no one's there to see it as well, so Prod and Quez will be able to send it away, but Sunky's still hot on their tires. Now all three members of the Red Mammoths are over here trying to get a shot on goal as it does get cleared back over to the orange side.
Well, it does get pushed off to the side here. Mion Switch, though, isn't going to be able to continue pushing it over toward the Barracudas. Instead, Quez is going to pick up another shot on goal, follow up by Magic. Woo! It's you can hardly get any sort of breath or take any sort of breath without them continuing their shots on goal.
Did Prod disconnect again?
Doesn't matter.
No, but it's for my own well-being that I ask these questions.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, I'm not seeing Prod's boost move anywhere. So yeah, he's just chilling again.
All right, Magic, Quez, good luck to you two. Now Sunky is going to take advantage of that. If there is a player that can do it, it is all three of these players for the side of the Red Mammoths. They will be able to monopolize on the man down here as we do see Magic popping it up over Mion Switch, sending it to Quez into an open goal. Guys, did we not just discuss, do not leave the net open? I understand it's a tasty target, it's a wide open goal for y'all, but it's also the same for the other team.
That is very unfortunate.
That's okay. You can bring it back. I have faith.
Well, now here we go. Just a little bit under 2 minutes left here. Quez is going to be corralling it up with the pass. Oh, Prod is back now, so now it is the full force. An unfortunate double commit there from the Red Mammoths. They really need to be working on their rotations. A nice demo there for Magic, but even though they've gotten some demos here and there, it really hasn't been something that has been, they haven't really followed up on their demos. They just haven't even gotten any shots on goal out of them. Just a little bit of a frustration bump there into Quez. Look at Sunky just off to the left. He's been trying. There you go. He finds it.
Nicely done, Sunky, and I believe that was basically Sunky doing all of that while getting thrown around. Cran came in, threw Quez away from the goal and was like, don't you dare touch my Sunky, and made sure Sunky had the opportunity to get that shot. That is how you do the disruption play without going for the demolition. Nicely done, Cran.
Here comes Quez there, is going to get another double tap. That was just almost as perfectly aimed as you could ask for. And they're going to stop that. The Mammoths are going to try to stop that right off the bat with Magic shot, and Nate's going to find his second.
Wait.
Mammoths have an opportunity.
Hold up. That looked like it was a in reverse goal. Was that Sunky? Nah, your car is just confusing for me to look at.
Well, Sunky showing off some great, I like the skin though, the nice stars and stripes, very fitting for the current date right now. And for Sunky, definitely the bombs bursting in midair as he gets 2 goals, trying to even it up for the Mammoths. They have barely enough time. If Mion Switch can drive it toward the goal, that would give them the chance there. Here comes Sunky. Oh, just doesn't quite get the tap that he wanted.
Dang it, now Magic plays it over Mion, and there's no one in the goal anymore, and that was just an unfortunate, I don't know.
I think that was in reverse,
That was
too.
a big brain play coming out there from Magic. Just the perfect pop over Mion Switch's car. It be like that sometimes.
Well, now the Mammoths' chances are fading yet again. The Barracudas are going to be driving this to a match point, it looks like. With only 30 seconds left, now is the time that some sort of clear needs to come out from the Mammoth. Sunky is definitely going to try that, but Quez stops it in midfield. Now here comes production. Going to be going through. There goes Quez. Centers it up for production. It's just going to go off to the side there. It would have been nice for them to have a goal, but they have a 4-goal lead. So now as the clock ticks down, Barracuda is going to be moving on to match point.
Magic, unfortunately, being a little bit too greedy there, trying to steal that ball away from their own teammate, might have prevented that last goal for their own team. Granted, you don't need to increase that score margin anymore, but either way, Quez is going to say, Artie, I have news for you. I'm going to do it anyway, even though there's no time on the clock. Scoring that 7th goal for their team, bringing them to a 6-goal lead here, and bringing the Barracudas to match point.
Well, there you go. Barracudas not letting up one bit, getting the victory there. Going to be moving on to match point to go to the grand finals. And the thing for the Red Mammoths also is we've seen from the Barracudas they are so versatile in who can be on the main offense. You know, we talk about Magic and Quez so much, but Prod can do great mid-air plays in their own right. It can be anyone is driving the offense there, and the Red Mammoths really only have Sunky that's making the main plays.
We shouldn't be shocked because one of the lines of rhetoric that we always say here is, you know, you get matched with well-rounded teams, and so if one player on a team can make these aerial plays and the other player can, we should have just assumed that Prod was also on that same level. But that also means Sunky, my friend, I know you're working with your teammates and bonding outside of practice time, but maybe show them the ropes of the aerial shutdown plays, or just show them how to do the aerial plays a little bit more, and your team will be elevated that much higher. As we do see Prod, unfortunately, disconnecting yet again, so it's Magic and Quez doing the best they can to fend off the onslaught from the Red Mammoths. They are quite large on the field after all, but nonetheless, they managed to get it all the way in front of the Mammoths goal with a little to no problems whatsoever.
Here we go. Red Mammoth is going to be starting off with some side control, and Sunky is going to be meeting Magic there in midfield. Are they going to be able to stop it? It's going to be Crayon, actually, forcing Quez to go back there, but Crayon has no boost, so isn't going to be able to fight with Quez. It gets played over Sunky toward an open goal, and that is unfortunate there.
Oh, no, the crossbar! The crossbar!
You have only yourself to blame there.
Oh boy, y'all just made Gem's night. Congratulations.
Look, you just drive it into the goal. No need to get fancy with your flippity flops. Just drive it into the goal.
We're both a little cynical here, okay? It happens. You did have a great shot, but a little too fancy on that one as we see Prod get a shot, but it hits just a little too low and too wide of the net. A double demolition coming out from Quez onto Mion, and Sunky onto Magic will even out those playing field numbers very fast there. Now the ball is in the corner in Sunky's hands, but Quez will jump over them, sending it over to Magic. It's centered up in front of the goal, but no one is finding that connecting shot to send it into the back of the net.
Well, there goes Sunky, is going to be driving it up, is able to take the corner boost. That could be huge, except Prod has plenty on their own. Is going to get demoed, though. And so now driving up the field is going to be Crayon. Over to where Sunky is, takes it away from Magic. Quez, though, keeping the side control for the Barracudas. Look at Crayon, though. They definitely want to try to even this up in terms of the overall match. It is still 0-0, so the Red Mammoths putting on a very valiant effort.
Over 2 minutes have elapsed thus far. That's, I believe, the longest we've seen, at least as far as this matchup goes, without a goal being scored. So that does mean, I don't know what they did between the last match and this, last game and this game started, but the Mammoths are playing very different than what we saw. Their rotations are a lot cleaner, and for the Barracudas, their shots on goal have gotten a little bit sloppy.
Well, here comes Sunky. Definitely, it seems the Red Mammoths are in the mindset that skins might equal wins because they have pulled out all new cars for this third match here. And here comes Sunky moving that Ghostbusters van up the field. And Magic is going to answer that back toward the goal. That is such a nice redirect from Prod, but isn't going to find it.
We've got Quez now doing what they do best with that fancy aerial work, trying to get it centered up for one of their teammates. Unfortunately, Magic rotated back to make sure the goal wasn't open. Nicely done. Big brain play there. And with the shot, unfortunately, being sent wide by Mion there, Prod now has possession. And Crayon knocking it high in the air to Magic themselves, allowing, with the assist from Prod, to find the first goal of this round.
Well, it should be the second goal, but someone tried to...
Oh, there is now sass coming out from my
Look.
my host right now.
Look, I know you want a 360 no scope, and really, but no, just take what you can get.
Quez!
Let Quez get right there.
Okay. The simple goal. Quez is like, all right, Gem, I hear you. No fanciness. I'll just go straight for the kickoff goal like Artie always likes to see. And there it is. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, goal number 2.
Well, there you go. But here we go on. Everyone's left as a loss for words right now, but the Barracudas definitely have that 2-goal lead. Just need this to move on to the grand final. Sunky is going to try to play it around them. Isn't able to do it. So it's going to instead drive it over to the other corner. Pass over to Mion. Gets stolen by Quez.
Oh my goodness, the read. What was that?
That is an interception right there.
Oh.
That's a complete interception.
Quez, what did you eat today? Oh, and I love the Rick flag. That is beautiful.
Yeah, it really isn't going to really do so much
Oh,
right
no,
now.
no,
Oh, look
no. Stop that. Okay, Magic, you're
look
grounded.
at that dribble. That dribble right there. The ability to just play completely around Crayon there. And Sunky is way too far away. Isn't able to find it. Okay. Well, you still have a little over a minute left. It's not impossible.
But the triple commit on the kickoff, as we discussed at our midterm little break that we had, is something you need to work out before that clock even ticks down for the kickoff to begin. All 3 of you cannot be barreling towards it at once, because even if you get the winning touch on it, the redirect is not going to be in your favor if anybody from the other side can get a touch on that ball and send it towards your own goal. So keep that in mind as we see Magic take Sunky out, and now we've got Crayon trying to play it off the wall to themselves, but Magic reads it perfectly, taking it in front of the goal with the double commit coming out in their favor. Sunky and Mion managing to save that ball.
Okay, here is Sunky's big opportunity driving up the field. Are you going to call someone else?
Oh, man, that was savage. But we have Quez with that hat trick, being the redirect, the save, so to speak, for themselves, getting that beautiful shot. But really, did you have to bring out the Ghostbusters burn? Sunky, I like you a lot.
Look,
I've cast your game a lot. I'm sorry.
Once they didn't drive into the goal when they should have, all bets were off, okay?
Fair enough. Well, now we've got Prod getting thrown up that back wall, but Quez is following that up, making sure that even though Prod is a little bit dead in the water and only just a bumper for the other players, that it is not detrimental to their team. Quez now once again with that ball, taking it up the side to an open goal yet again. Those rotations for the side of the Mammoths are coming in to be the bane of this game for them. Quez with another shot. It's centered up a little too high. Magic and Quez double committing on that ball. Cram trying to corral it down, but it's still over there on the side of the Mammoths, and we have a rule of 1! Oh no, Prod, what? Okay, I am so sorry, Mammoths. One of y'all needs to save your player over there, because that is painful.
Well, the Barracudas getting the 3-0 victory, going to be moving on to the grand finals. And as much as I've been having fun with the puns and shade I've been throwing, I gotta say, Red Mammoths, what an amazing performance for you to be bottom seeded and able to pull out that victory in the quarterfinal to make it to the semifinal. I still have a lot of a great respect for you and what you've been able to do, and especially in that third game. You know, once the Barracudas got their first goal, it kind of went from there, but they were able to hold them to 0-0 for the majority of that game. So really impressive from the Red Mammoths. Keep improving, and I'm sure we'll see you again in the semi and hopefully finals. But you know, you have to do it as a team. Going it all alone can only get you so far, and ultimately, if you want to increase your chances of success, you have to level up your teaming skills. And you can see how far these teams have come since they have started in the Esports Rumble, and Esports Tower takes the time to create teams of well-matched teammates. Shout out to all the coaches, and if you haven't checked out Esports Tower right now, you should. It's the fast track to rank up.
Do it. I'm not subliminal messaging. Do it.
Okay, so now we move on to the next semifinal. It's going to be coming up very shortly here, but that's going to be the matchup of the Vipers versus the Swerve. And the Vipers being the one that we always ask, are they going to be taken down finally after win after win after win? You're going to find out after this break. We'll be right back with that second semifinal.
Are you guys ready? How do you guys are ready, bro? Here we go. Prepare your ears, chat. Prepare your ears. Here we go. Yes, sir. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Schmied Cup. They're not going to be ready for this. Oh! Oh! Nitro with 2, 3.
Get down. Dark wave. Get down.
Well, he got the ace. He got the ace to close it. Corey is your first Schmied Cup champion. UFC events, brought in some heavy hitters to support this tournament. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was the first Schmied Cup. Hashtag never alone,
Hello, I'm Rajneesh Khanna from iCultivewear and Chopra Foundation. Mental health has been brought up a lot recently and proven to be at the forefront of our conversations. As we begin to understand how comprehensive it is, we should open up a conversation that mental health is not one size fits all.
Are you guys ready? How do you guys are ready, bro? Here we go. Prepare your ears, chat. Prepare your ears. Here we go. Yes, sir. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Schmied Cup. They're not going to be ready for this. Oh! Oh! Nitro with 2, 3.
Get down. Dark wave. Get down.
Well, he got the ace. He got the ace to close it. Corey is your first Schmied Cup champion. UFC events, brought in some heavy hitters to support this tournament. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was the first Schmied Cup. Hashtag never alone,
Hello, I'm Rajneesh Khanna from iCultivewear and Chopra Foundation. Mental health has been brought up a lot recently and proven to be at the forefront of our conversations. As we begin to understand how comprehensive it is, we should open up a conversation that mental health is not one size fits all. We all need help or just someone to talk to from time to time.
You know, mental health is a very serious thing. So I'm glad that we were able to run this tournament and showcase and just show that and help support that cause, you know, for mental health. So thank you guys so much. Let me go talk to the Esports Tower team. Yo, what's going on, guys?
Hello, man.
So how did it feel playing against 10s?
I was shaking.
Yeah.
Shaking the entire time.
You guys got rounds, right? So that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And don't feel down. You
No,
literally just played.
I feel great right now.
I'm coming out of this.
Yeah, you guys literally played against one of the most stacked teams, I think, of this tournament. All the people that are watching too, like, you guys can do this as well. You guys can earn your chance. Go look up Esports Tower, and they're doing good things over there.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full time.
While I work full time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Boise State Gamehance Esports Arena, where we are covering the bracketed stage for the Rocket League Rumble from Esports Tower. We have seen the first semifinal, and now we know that it's going to be the Barracudas moving on to the grand finals. So now comes the big question: will they meet their old rivals, the Blue Vipers, in those finals, or will the Swerve pull up a huge upset victory? We're going to find out what happens. I'm your host, Jacob Jem Palmer, joined by Artie Nerdy Rain, and this is the matchup that you want to see.
Yeah, I mean, tonight I kind of get the best of both worlds. I get to see the Swerve go against the Blue Vipers, and if the Swerve don't manage to be the ones to topple the Blue Vipers, then I get to see the Barracudas take on the Blue Vipers. And to be blunt, I am so, like, I guess, I'm sorry, Blue Vipers, but I want to see you guys get taken down so bad, just because you've gone away from this tournament so many times with the crown that it's like, spread the love a little bit. I'm like sitting here like, what can I do? I'm just the announcer here. What can I do to encourage these kids to take it to the next level? But, you know, I am just here to hype y'all up, so there's nothing really much that I can do.
Well, let's take a look at the standings. The Blue Vipers were the only ones from Group B who qualified to make it to the bracketed stage, whereas the Swerve came from Group A, are going to be going up against the traditional top team in the Esports Tower Rumble. But here we go, and you were asking, what do you do? Well, I know exactly what you do, and that's listen to Doc's Keys to the Game, presented by Esports Tower, and that is, in Rocket League, to not let them have multiple attempts, clear the ball at angles, steal that boost, and bump and demo to disrupt the other team. That's brought to you by Esports Tower. You can improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. So now let's not waste one more moment. Let's get into the matchup of the Swerve versus the Blue Vipers. I don't know if we can necessarily say anything more about this matchup that we haven't already said.
Well, I'll add one little crazy piece to it. To whichever esports team dethrones the Blue Vipers first, I will get your logo tattooed on my ankle.
Well then.
There is my wager on this. I so desperately want to see one of y'all win against the Blue Vipers. That is what I will do. I shaved my head when I got my graduate assistant position. I will get a tattoo for y'all. There you go.
Okay. They said it, I didn't. Okay, here we go. I will give you a respectful handshake across the air. Okay.
There you go.
That's what I would do. Okay. Here we go. Blue Vipers are going to be going on and seeing if they can move forward here.
Oh, my apologies. The normal Vipers, not the Blue Vipers. My bad.
We just had an issue with the team logo not being in the database, so we went through for the next best thing here.
Gotcha.
But they are the Blue Vipers to clarify, and they're the team that actually is going to be in a slight disadvantage lead here going on.
We do see Flux. They've popped off more than once centering it, but unfortunately, Cobalt there with the save, the redirect, sending it all the way back over towards the blue goal. But Pancake and Loaf double teaming it there, sending it all the way back. It's just getting going. It's just sending it back and forth right now with no one getting a clear shot on that goal.
Ooh, here come the Swerve, managing to keep that side control going here. Now in comes Loaf. Is going to be trying to pass the ball over to Pancake, who unfortunately doesn't have any boost at this moment, so he's going to be happy to let Flux come in here. And are they going to be able to get another shot here, trying to center it up? In comes Pancake, stopped by Astro.
We have Loaf sending it over to Flux here at the side with Cobalt trying to elevate and steal it away. Unfortunately, they miscalculated a tiny bit, and now Loaf and Flux are here in front of that orange goal. Will they have the opportunity to get a shot? They will not, as we do see it get sent to the midfield and thrown in front of Cobalt yet again with a shot on goal, saved by Loaf.
Now here come the Blue Vipers, opportunity there. Can they keep the side control? Get it clear. That's a great clear from Astro right there. But in comes Flux. Is going to be passing it over to Pancake for the opportunity. In comes Loaf just off and to the right. Now here's Clickbait. Is going to try to get the save, but unfortunately is just not in the right position. So here comes Flux and Loaf are going to gather themselves, pick up some boost. Loaf actually doesn't have any boost, and a great steal there away from a Loaf from 100K. Is going to keep them with some resources.
We now have all three members of the Vipers here in front of their own goal, with HDR getting a nice clear, sending it to themselves, redirecting it, trying to get a centering shot. Clickbait following that one up, still trying to find that centering pass. No one can quite get the right angle, though. Now Pancake will monopolize on that opportunity, playing it off the wall, trying to see if they can pass it to Flux possibly, but HDR there for the disruption, taking it away from them, forcing Pancake to retreat.
Now here comes Pancake, is just going to be knocked over to the side just a little bit. Clickbait, this is their opportunity. The Blue Vipers are going to be just to the left, centering it up, but Loaf comes right in there and stops their offensive push right away and gets the goal.
Nicely done, Loaf. I'm a little saddened by the fact that we've got Loaf and Pancake. Flux, nothing against you, but I feel like you need to have a bread-based name.
that would help. That you know, you've got the gluten team, basically. Everything with gluten. So I don't know. Maybe something like, well, bagel's already taken.
You just go with bread or waffle.
That's true. Pancake, waffle, and loaf. That
Yes!
actually would be great there.
Or even go with bacon.
And yeah, that
Just be
would
breakfast.
be just be the breakfast team there.
We've got Clickbait made a great save there. Flux sending it right back towards the goal. Clickbait yet again being the saving grace for their team. Pancake trying to steal away from them. One of them managed to shoot it over to the side, with Flux being there for the follow-up. It's not quite on goal, however. Now Clickbait gets that clear over to the side of the blue goal. Pancake trying to corral it away from Clickbait, but Astro and Clickbait double teaming it here on Loaf, trying to take this ball away, but Loaf is reading it perfectly, pops it over their hood, sending it over to Flux, but Clickbait read that one as well, as we do see HDR take out Pancake.
Now here we go. Pancake, fresh off of being demoed, is going to come right back in and keep the ball firmly in Blue Viper territory. Clickbait and Astro looking for, look at Flux there, stopping that clear from going through, and is going to get an assist flow for the goal.
We've got a little more than 50 seconds left. That's enough time to get 3 goals, so, you know, you can't breathe a sigh of relief just yet if you are the Blue Vipers right now, because, well, if you are the Swerve right now, because the Vipers can still bring this back. Make sure your rotation stay clean, and the double commits we've already seen, don't let more of those happen.
All right, here comes Pancake. Trine just doesn't have enough there. It's actually going to get bumped right afterwards. Look at Flux again. It's going to be centering it up. Loaf is going to come in for the shot, but it just goes right off and to the left. Another follow-up from Pancake, though, and a nice save from Clickbait. Clickbait is going to be looking for that clear, but Loaf just runs right into him and stops that from going through.
We've got Flux trying to play it off the wall. They do manage to send it to Pancake. Astro elevates to try and prevent the goal, but Pancake comes flying and scoring that 4th goal for their team with just a little over 20 seconds left on the clock.
Well, the Swerve are just alive tonight. And you wouldn't necessarily know that the Blue Vipers have been the dominating team that they are, because it is 4-0 in the favor of Swerve.
There are 2 Viper teams. I was a little bit confused. While the Blue Vipers are a fantastic team, they are not quite the ones that have gone completely undefeated in the past.
Okay.
So my statement still stands. Unfortunately, this is not the game that it will pertain to, but the Swerve are demonstrating that they have the chance to take down the Vipers, non-colorful Vipers, in the future.
Well, here we go. 5 seconds left. Swerve not going to be able to get another goal here, but are going to be more than happy to let that ball hit the ground. Oh, come on. Just let it hit the ground. Don't get too fancy. There we go. Swerve going to be the first ones to win that one, putting themselves in a very nice position.
Still best of 5, though, so yeah, still anybody's game. If the Swerve win the next one and bring themselves to match point, it might be a little bit of a runaway game, but right now, score's still 0-0. That's how you got to look at it if you're either of these 2 teams. Don't let it phase you. Don't let the pressure set in. No pressure or anything riding on this, right?
Well, we'll just have to see. No pressure except having to go on to the final. The Swerve versus the Blue Vipers tonight. And here comes the second game. Blue Vipers need to stabilize here to move on to the final round. Here comes the first kickoff going in favor of the Blue Vipers. But it's going to be stopped right there with a nice clear there coming out. Senna's going to push it back. Going to leave Astro to go and try, but Loaf gets their forehand, is able to get it airborne.
Oh, and the trap that they had there to just outmaneuver one of the members of the Vipers. That was some big brain play right there.
Here comes Sen. Over toward the side. Pancake is going to take it away from them. Flux is waiting in the other corner to get the clear. He's going to be driving it. A nice double tap in mid-air, setting it up. Actually gets the bicycle there. But no goal so far as we near about a minute inwards.
Thankfully, or depending if you're looking at this from the coach's perspective, I don't see too much boost starving going on, but there is quite a few instances where I'm noticing 2 players on either side looking like they have little to nothing left in their tank, so that's something they'll have to clean up, especially if you are the Vipers right now looking to make sure that you can maintain either the 0-0 score for this round or come out on top of the Swerve on this one. Do not let yourselves run out of necessary resources, and that resource in Rocket League is those boost markers, so don't forget about them, my friends.
Ooh, nice shot there from Low. Flux tried to follow up, but it's going to be Clickbait who drives it up the side of the field. Flux is going to try to interfere, but they still manage to get their clear. Astro has to come rotating in there, though, to stop the push from the Swerve. And what a nice demo onto Sen. Taken advantage by the Swerve.
Pancake! That was dirty! I mean, clean at the same time, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That was calculated, that was dirty, but well done. That is the demolition you look for.
Next kickoff. Gonna be in the center. Pancake and there is nice, able to get. Look at Pancake again. He's not satisfied with just one demo. They want to do it again, back-to-back goals, but not gonna find it this time.
Pancake, however, still has possession of that ball. Clickbait comes in and steals it away. Loaf's there for the follow-up, as is Flux, so they're maintaining side control here. They're also keeping those rotations, making sure no one's going too far away from that midfield mark to ensure the rotation is easy for them to set back towards their own goal.
Wow.
But you don't need to worry about it when you have Pancake scoring goal after goal, and the ball is not getting sent towards your own.
And at just the perfect angle in the upper left corner, that is picture
Soccer
perfect
move.
where you want to aim it.
True soccer player right there.
Well, here comes the next kickoff. And it's going to be Clickbait who gets the better of that one, but do they have the follow-up? Because the clear is going to come right through. And Flux on the open goal just to the right, missing that opportunity.
That's okay. Loaf still there, though. Stops it from 2 players coming forward from the Vipers. And the follow-up again is not quite at the right angle. 4 members in the goal there, 2 from each side. Now HDR has the ball, taking it back towards the blue net. Clickbait has rotated in a little bit too far, unfortunately, and Pancake gets possession, playing it off the back wall, trying to drop it down to themselves. Will they get the pass over to Flux? They will not, because Clickbait read it perfectly.
Astro is going to be passing it over to Sen, who actually misses there. The Blue Vipers are going to be a little bit starved for boost here. Sen picks up 100 again, but here comes Pancake. He's going to be coming in there, takes it away from the Vipers. Now, unfortunate double commit there, a bit uncharacteristic for the Swerve, but it might not matter. It's still going to the Blue Vipers goal. Not quite there.
Giving us both heart attacks here on desk, you guys. Please, please don't do that to us. As we see Loaf and Pancake kind of throwing each other around.
Look at that dribble!
But even with the disruption from your own teammate, Loaf, you still get the... Was that intentional?
Are they doing a next level play of like Pancake does a pit maneuver onto Loaf to
is this
reverse?
the next big thing, like teeing off of each other on the ground?
I don't know, but it looked
cool. HDR! That was a clean win. No one was after you, but unfortunately, just the hesitation there at that one starting point was just enough to allow for the Swerve to, you know, prevent that from happening. And Clickbait, HDR getting double demolitions out on Loaf and Flux. It's just Pancake. Flux has responded. Loaf is now back, full force back on the field, but the ball is still over here on the side of the Swerve.
Pancake getting the demo onto Clickbait. As Astro is going to stop it midfield. Pancake gets demoed. An opportunity for Clickbait. Gets it!
Beautiful. Nicely done with the assist from Astro on that one. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. As of now, that I believe that brings us to a 1-3 score right now. So there's plenty of time on the clock to see this even out.
Less than a minute left, just 1 second lower than a minute, and Astro, again, opportunity off the kickoff, just a little bit to the left. Pancake was there, is going to prevent that goal from happening, but they really do need a goal to bring it within one, and Pancake, just to the left, but a nice follow-up from Flux in the red, bright, and blue. Osei, can you see? He can see the goal right in his sights, right after Pancake for the 4th goal.
That was pretty good. All of the 4th of July puns you've been throwing out this evening have been top-notch.
Well, I only get a chance to use them once a year, so. And we don't normally broadcast during the summer, so I'm going to get every opportunity that I can.
All right, so you heard it here first. Make sure you give us all the chances you can to allow us to make puns.
keep using that skin there so that I can continue dropping the puns and Loaf. Just
with the hat trick.
Give us a second to catch our breath.
No, they're not going to. That's how it is. High octane, use everything in your gas tank, full boost, no matter what. Air is included in that. We don't get any.
Ooh, it's going to stay in the center. Pancake is going to be the one to take it. Actually flicks it back, giving an opportunity for Sen here. Clickbait is going to center it up. Astro is caught up with Pancake, so can't follow through for that one. We have just 15 seconds left. With 15 seconds, I don't see a 4-goal deficit being made up.
I do see the opportunity for it to be increased, though, with Flux and Pancake. Oh, my goodness, guys. Do we... please stop. That was clean. I can't argue that one. How do you stop that? If this were real soccer, credit to you, Vipers, that would have been offsides, but this isn't.
8 seconds left. No real opportunity for the Blue Vipers here. Ball is just going to have to hit the ground. We are going to be moving on to the 3rd game and a match point opportunity for the Swerve. Really just putting up as dominant a performance as the Barracudas did in their semifinal match.
So we could see a very exciting semifinal.
Yeah, we could see this might be shaping up for a very exciting final.
Either way, it's going to be an exciting
But we don't want to count the Blue Vipers out quite yet.
Not at all. We could see a reverse sweep happen here very easily. We both noticed multiple instances of double commits coming out from the Swerve. I mean, when you are powerhouse players across the board, it makes it a little difficult for that teamwork to shine through and to really, you know, pull back a little bit and let everybody have their opportunity to make plays and, you know, find the connections You just need to remember you can rely on your teammates, as we see Astro take advantage of that kickoff, get a shot on goal, but Pancake read it perfectly, redirecting it all the way to Loaf here, down in front of the Vipers goal. Flux now in the air, Pancake as well. All three members of the Vipers down in front of the goal. Clickbait trying to elevate, but it was disrupted, and that is how you shut down the aerial play there. However, Pancake taking that.
Is just going to be more than happy to do a non-aerial play and just a classic pop there.
Yeah, they don't need to be in the air.
Well, the Vipers are going to find themselves down 1-0, but still there was a whole lot of game. They still look like they might be able to come back if they're able to just get it away from Flux right now with Pancake. Oh, just off to the left. Now here's the opportunity for the Blue Vipers to get their clear here. All it takes is just one big clear, but they are very much bunched up here. But here comes Clickbait. It's just going to be off into the left there. And I just need to see some cleaner rotations coming out from the Blue Vipers.
That's exactly what I was thinking, because as we saw that clear coming out from Clickbait, all I could think in my brain was, wow, the rotation from the Swerve has already happened. They had two players ready to rotate back towards their goal. We saw, and now Flux taking advantage of those rotations. We do not see three players on one side of the field in the same quadrant almost ever from the Swerve, and that is the type of rotations you need to be victorious in this game, because there's only three of you and there's a lot of field space.
So here comes Sen with the next opportunity, but Sen doesn't have any boost, but still manages to play it around Flux. Now Loaf is going to try to get the clear and is able to find it, pushing it all the way back toward the Vipers' goal. Now we're going to see if Astro can take it away from him. Does indeed manage to, but that's why Pancake was waiting back there in midfield. Now here comes Astro. This might be an opportunity here with Loaf being the only one for the defense, but rotating in is Pancake. And now is going to go for the goal right off of that, off the backboard. Is there a follow-up? No. Flux was demoed.
That's okay, it happens. Flux was then in a defensive position, right? It's all the big play, the big picture thing here. We do see Astro unfortunately get that ball stolen away by Flux, who read that pass very well. HGR almost scoring on their own goal. Very difficult and heart palpitating situation to be in. The clear does come out from Astro and Clickbait though, but Pancake saving that shot on goal with a little help from Loaf.
Now Pancake is going to pop it off their roof and push it over toward Flux, who's now looking for the goal here and is able to play it past three members of the Blue Vipers.
They sliced that one in. This is why I love this game for the replays. I need to see this. Wow. That was anywhere else, and that probably would not have gone in.
Score 2-0. Kickoff in the favor of the Swerve, and they could turn this into another goal here. Can they do it? It's centered. Ooh, Flux isn't able to get the angle that they want, but they might as well use this opportunity to pick up some more boost anyway, as Flux and Loaf are left a little bit wanting in that department here. And now here comes Clickbait, is going to center it up. Follow-up coming through from Sen, and that's the start that you need.
And Pancake, the explosion was pretty, but was it worth it?
Was it worth it in the end?
I think that Clickbait, I know you were the one to get the final touch, but I think that ball might have gone in even if you weren't there. But nicely done. Way to be in the goal.
Well, hopefully they can be in the goal for the second time here and equalize it, as we have a little bit over 2 minutes left. But the Swerve would love to be back up to that 2-goal lead, because now it is very much anyone's game. Blue Vipers with a very nice demolition there, and they're pushing it over toward. Oh, the Swerve almost got scored there.
Loaf and Flux it seems like they were dribbling in the air between the two of them intentionally. That wasn't a double commit. It was intentional aerial passing. That was intense and incredible, but unfortunately it didn't work out, as we see Loaf clearing it over to Pancake. Pancake almost getting the touch, but it was they were a little too high. Cobalt getting the save. The follow-up there from Loaf. Once again, hitting that crossbar. Pancake's there for the rebound. Flux is going to rotate back, because now the push is coming out from the Vipers. Loaf there for the save, now going into the air to try and take it down into the goal.
Ooh, and look at that mid-air dribble by Loaf. Follow-up. Ooh, Pancake isn't quite able to get it, and Clickbait with a very nice clear there. They're going to be driving. Ooh, Clickbait gets demoed there, giving enough time for the Swerve to mount their counterattack.
We've
going to be in the corner.
We've got a 1-goal differential here. Can the Vipers find that one extra that they need, or the Swerve going to get that security goal for themselves here as we see Clickbait heading towards an open net, but Pancake coming in at the last second there from the ground, managing to get the save and now taking it themselves up towards that Viper goal. Unfortunately, that back wall pass did not end up to anybody else, but Pancake still once again with the possession in the air, playing it off the back wall to themselves. The centering pass to Flux is not enough. However, now 30 seconds left on the clock. Will we see another goal scored from Loaf? Not quite.
Oh, and Flux isn't able to get the angle that they wanted there. Just 15 seconds left in this match. Can the Swerves pull out their victory and go to the finals? Ooh, a nice save from Clickbait. Okay, this is the final drive here. They need to keep it in the air for the Vipers to get their opportunity for the equalizer. They're going to make a run at it, but a nice save by Loaf. Here comes Clickbait trying to keep it up in the air. Oh! But nice job for the Swerve, getting a victory 3-0, and are going to be moving on to meet the Barracudas in the finals. And that is going to be a match that we are definitely going to want to see.
As I said earlier, though, I mean, yes, you're going to win. You're going to get a title, but remember at the end of the day, it's still like punching your younger sibling.
Well,
keep it clean. Keep it nice.
Keep it clean.
Keep the sportsmanship. Of course, have fun.
And
Don't be too flashy. Don't be flashy, though, because if we see, Jacob will call you out on it. They already did it more than once. If we see those flashy plays and they don't work out, we're not going to hesitate to bring it up. We will say something. So
we definitely will.
You heard it here before the round started. Get goals, secure goals. Don't be flashy about it.
Well, one of the members of the Barracudas who is going to be making an appearance in the grand finals is going to be Magic. And we have on authority that Magic is going to be joining with us for an interview. Hey, how's it going? How are you doing today?
Oh, just one moment. We cannot seem to hear you. Our mics seem to be a little bit quiet. Just give us 1 second here.
Yeah, it looks like we might be having just some sound issues, but overall, Magic making a great performance thus far for the Barracudas. And since joining Esports Tower, how has the overall experience in coaching been for you?
Yeah, unfortunately, we're still struggling to hear you on our end. We will get that one figured out, but I mean, Magic, my friend, I've only been able to see you a few times in the Esports Tower over the past couple of weeks. You definitely have rose to the occasion, and of course, you know, it's kind of our job to hype everybody up here, but you and Quez have been dominating, so I'm really looking forward to be able to actually get that audio fixed and be able to hear you and talk to you a little bit, but it'll be a little bit of time before that.
Yeah, a little bit of time and maybe just a little time to clear the air before this grand final between the Swerves and the Barracudas. I think now would probably be the time for a nice short break and just work out all the kinks with that interview and see if we can't get Magic back. So we will be taking... Oh.
One note on that.
Yes.
Magic actually has soccer practice this evening. They're a real-life soccer player on top of a RC car and a Rocket soccer player. So if we do lose Magic for the evening, know that it was for a good reason. They have a commitment to their soccer team. Right. They do more than just play video games, unlike myself.
So we are going to try to get another connection with Magic there, but definitely being such an amazing team the Barracudas have been in their ability since we've seen them a few weeks ago, one of the most improved teams I've seen.
I mean, a part of that probably is due to the fact that they have coaches. That's probably at least a little bit, you know?
Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Hey, there you are.
Hey.
Okay, we got your back.
I just reconnected, so it worked finally.
Yay.
Okay, well, it's great to have you with us. We're just going to jump right into the questions we have for you. We were just talking about how much the Barracudas, you and the Barracudas overall, have improved as a team since joining Esports Tower. So since joining, how has the experience in coaching been for you?
It's been very good, actually. I've been learning a lot from Jake, who's been my coach, or Rake in Discord is what he's named. He's definitely a really great coach. He's been teaching us a lot, and I think that's mainly the reason why I've been improving so much as it is as the tournaments went on.
So you and your team played in the last BFC Cup. What was the coolest part about playing in that, and like what was the biggest learning experience you got from that one?
Getting pooped on by all the pro players definitely was a very good experience for us to learn, because now we got replays we can watch over and see what we can improve on.
Well, we hear that despite what you described in colorful words for your performance, we hear you have gotten a scholarship to Bay State. How does that feel, and what are you most excited about with that?
It feels I feel very happy that I got one. My parents were also very, very surprised that I even got it for gaming in general. But I feel like in my future it's going to be very nice because I get to play, I pretty much get to go play video games in college, which is always good to, always fun to hear. So I'm very excited for my future, and hopefully I can maybe go pro one of these days, but it won't be for a little bit.
Well, I'll get you out on this note, and that is just, I have to comment on the amazing back and forth that we have seen between you and Quez, just proving to be what we have called a dynamic duo in these matches. You two have done some great performances off of each other.
Thank you very much. We try to at least make everything as entertaining as possible for everyone watching.
Well, it hurts my heart to hear that we won't see you as a Bronco, but hopefully in the future I'll be able to cast one of the matches of you playing against the Broncos as a Bay State player, and it'll be really cool for at least Gemini to be able to be like, yeah, we used to cast that guy when he was playing for Esports Tower back in high school, and like obviously be able to watch your improvement from at least the beginning of Esports Tower to now, and even as you continue on through your college journey. At least we know that you'll continue, and possibly for everyone watching and ourselves, we'll get to also see how much you improve on that journey. So good luck to you.
All right, thank you guys. Good luck to you guys too.
Thank you for joining us, Magic. And of course, Magic's performance overall just shows how far the Barracudas have come, and can they take the victory against the Swerve? Two very formidable teams are going to be going up against each other. So we cannot wait for that final match to come through. But ultimately, as Magic as Magic demonstrates, if you want to be seen by recruiters, top team and top team members and top coaches across the whole spectrum of the esports industry, going it alone can only get you so far. You want to join Esports Tower to get all of the connections that you want if you want to ultimately follow in Magic's footsteps and hopefully go pro. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. Go to esportstower.com to find out more information.
Definitely do it.
Well, now the grand finals just around the corner. We're going to be taking a short break, and we're going to be back with that final match. So stay tuned for the conclusion.
Are you guys ready? I don't think you guys are ready, bro. Here we go. Prepare your ears, chat. Prepare your ears. Here we go. Yes, sir. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Shmee Cup. They're not going to be ready for this. Oh! Oh! Nitro with 2, 3.
Get down. Dark wave. Get down.
Well, he got the ace. He got the ace to close it. Corey, it's your first Meat Cup champion! UFC events, brought in some heavy hitters to support this tournament. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was the first Meat Cup. Hashtag never alone,
Hello, I'm Rajneesh Khanna from iCultivewear and Chopra Foundation. Mental health has been brought up a lot recently and proven to be at the forefront of our conversations. As we begin to understand how comprehensive it is, we should open up a conversation that mental health is not one size fits all. We all need help or just someone to talk to from time to time.
Mental health is a very serious thing. So I'm glad that we were able to run this tournament and showcase and just show that and help support that cause, for mental health. So thank you guys so much. Let me go talk to the Esports Tower team. Yo, what's going on, guys?
Hey, man.
So how did it feel playing against tens?
I'm shaking.
Yeah.
Shaking the entire time.
You guys got rounds, right? So that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And don't feel down. You literally just played.
I feel great right now.
Okay. Yeah, you guys literally played against one of the most stacked teams, I think, of this tournament. All the people that are watching too, like, you guys can do this as well. You guys can earn your chance. Go look up Esports Tower, and they're doing good things over there.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full time.
While I work full time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Welcome back to this broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble. We're broadcasting from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena, and we have made it all the way to the final match of the night to see who goes straight to the BFC event to compete against pro players and content creators. So I'm your host, Jacob Jem Palmer, joined by Artie Nerdy Rain, and now we see two teams which we have predicted, both of them really kind of swept their semifinals. So I'm expecting a 5-game final.
Yeah, and I'm also expecting us to lose our voices.
Probably. That'll probably be the one prediction that comes true no matter what, because the Barracudas and the Swerve are two teams that are so good at just all of the mid-air play. Like, I'm expecting so many crazy air dribbles and passes this round.
Yeah, but for both these teams, the one thing I have to say to all 6 players is don't be greedy, don't get too flashy, and make sure that you are fixing those double commits and the over commits that we saw coming from both sides in their respective games previously happening to not leave open goals and open goal opportunities. However, if both sides do it, I guess it equalizes a little bit. Please don't do it. That's all I'm asking.
Well, that's Nerdy's tips to the game, and Doc's keys to the game also to keep in mind is don't let the team have multiple attempts, clear the ball at angles, steal that boost, and bump into and demo the other team to disrupt them. Those keys to the game brought to you by Esports Tower. You can improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Doc's keys to the game, score pro advice at esportstower.com. So now one of the players to keep in mind as we see the Barracudas is Magic, who we just talked with, who has that fresh scholarship for Bay State College. So hopefully we will see some great plays from him to show why that scholarship was awarded.
Well, on top of that, you've got, of course, Quez, the person that, as I mentioned previously, I don't want to know how many hours they've spent in this game, but then, we've got Flux, Pancake, and Loaf on the side of the Swerve. The double gluten and Flux coming in clutch all the time for one another. Pancake, fantastic, just chronic disruption play. I feel like Pancake's ability to steal the ball in mid-flight might be Quez's undoing in this round. As we hop right into it, we do see that we've got Spooky here playing on the side of, it looks like the Barracudas for this one. So there is no Quez unless that is Quez making a nod to Spooky.
Now here comes Magic, is going to be trying to drive it around the corner, trying to center it up for Spooky here. Spooky is going to be the one just a little bit too high there. So Magic's going to have to fight over, is actually going to duck back. As Flux tries to flick it into the goal, isn't quite going to get it. Just off the crossbar there. And now Spooky is going to be going back with that clear.
We've got Pancake reading that one perfectly, resending it to that center mark. Unfortunately, Magic also redirects it with Prod elevating and Flux bashing into them in mid-flight. It's still right here in front of that blue goal. It is centered up, but Loaf gets possession of it and just now has to beat Spooky out. Never mind, they take Spooky out anyway, and it does get redirected, but Pancake at the midfield may be able to beat Magic to the ball. They both collide right at it, allowing Prod to get that last touch on it and corral it here down on the ground, sending it to Spooky at the midfield.
At the midfield, Pancake is going to be the one to drive it towards the goal. Flux tries to get it, but misses it in mid-air. Magic is going to be demoed by Loaf. Can Pancake turn that in? It's great play by Prod there to get the side control. And here comes Spooky, is going to push it right in front of the goal, but there's no shot on goal coming out from that. But here comes Loaf here. Prod's going to have to be the one to save it. A great save by Prod.
Flux comes into the air, knocking it down in the corner here in front of the Barracuda goal. Production, however, Prod reads it well, taking it back down to the swerve side. They now have to center it up for Spooky, who unfortunately passes a little too far. They're going to try to play it off the back wall either to themselves or to a teammate as Magic comes in as well. Loaf taking out Prod there, though, will allow Flux to get possession and take it up to the midfield mark. Unfortunately, losing their dribble to that ceiling. That ceiling is nobody's friend, too. It's okay.
Here comes Magic, a nice flick over there toward the left corner. Magic is able to pick up the boost, and look at all the boosts that the Barracudas have, trying to make their play, but Flux is able to keep it in their territory despite the swerve having almost no boost. Now here comes Spooky. Actually, Magic is going to push it toward the center, and it is stopped right there by the swerve.
Got Prod now running up that back wall with the ball, dropping it off the ceiling, bouncing it off that front left tire, taking it down to the corner. Pancake and Flux, however, beat them to the ball. Flux getting that final possession, but Spooky flying in to help their teammate, sends it to that back corner. Pancake bicycling it back over towards the other corner with Magic trying to race their way to the ball. Flux now in the air, dribbling it across the midfield mark. Prod elevating as well to take it away and stopping that onslaught right away. Spooky now centering it up off the wall.
Now Flux doesn't quite get the angle they wanted, but Loaf with the nice shot on goal right off the right post. Pancake trying to follow up, but great defense from Prod there. It's going to be credited with the save and keeping the game 0-0. Another shot by Flux and another save by Prod.
Got Flux elevated to try and drop the ball down. Unfortunately, a double commit there from Spooky, and Magic will still result in the ball getting sent over to the side of the swerve. Prod now elevating, trying to play it off that back wall, centering it up for one of their teammates. Magic dunking it down over Loaf, but Pancake there for the save yet again, sending it over towards the net. Off the side of the Barracudas, nobody's there. Prod has already rotated back. However, now all three members are there as we see Flux play it off that back corner and Spooky elevate, but just barely missing it, and Magic is there to get a tap.
Magic is going to dribble it up along with Spooky. Wow. How did... I'm surprised at that. I thought for sure that'd be stopped.
I think that actually might be Spooky. Is that actually Spooky?
Yeah, Spooky was the one to get the tap on it and was credited with the goal.
I mean, is that Quez or is that Spooky? I think that actually is Spooky. I think Quez might have been rotated out.
Okay.
Because, you know, in Rocket League, everyone can change their names at their will. That confuses everybody as we see Magic playing it off that back wall. Thank you for not changing your name anytime soon, my friend. Pancake returning the favor, however, still corralling it down here in the corner. Flux trying to race their way over towards that ball. Production gets a nice touch on it, taking it back up that side wall. Loaf rotating back, but Flux not giving up on this opportunity to take the ball away here from Spooky. Bumping them around. Loaf comes in. Pancake with the follow-up, but Spooky reading it and sending it back towards the midfield right to Magic's tires.
Oh, and look at Magic there. What a perfect dribble.
Woo! That was clean. See, this is what we talked about. Don't be flashy. Just go for the secure goal, and Magic did just that.
Yeah, what a beautiful pop off the roof there. Up into the left corner, and Barracudas find themselves with a 2-0 lead at a very opportune time for them, and the kickoff goes in their direction. That's going to help them burn off a few seconds, but look at Loaf there, putting the Barracudas at some pressure. Flux, they definitely need to score a goal here if they want to stay in the running.
We've got Pancake dropping it down in front of the goal, but Prod there for the save. Flux trying to beat Spooky out to the ball, but Spooky got a nice pass over to Prod instead. And now Magic dropping it down in front of the goal. Pancake sending it back towards the Barracuda's goal. Spooky jumping in to try and redirect it, and with that, the ball hits the ground, rounding out our first round.
Well, as much as we were talking about the clean play there from Spooky and Magic, Prod has to be the player of the game in terms of that particular round, in terms of the saves. You just saw save after save after save after save in his feed.
Pancake was doing a fantastic job as well, but I don't believe they were really right in front of the goal, so they weren't getting the game recognition medals for it. So I'm going to agree with you on that one as far as it goes. Prod, you definitely demonstrated why you only decided to take a break every couple of matches.
Well, when he comes alive, he's able to be just an amazing guard against all of those goals. It certainly wasn't for a lack of trying. I mean, the Swerve had so many attempts and shots on goal there, but it was just an iron wall defense there from Prod that kept the Barracudas in the running. We are going to be getting into the second game. Can they continue on with their streak?
The kickoff goes in favor of the Barracudas, but Pancake waiting patiently in the corner takes advantage of it with no one having enough speed to beat them to the ball. It's now here in front of the Barracuda goal. Magic trying to boot people away and get possession. They managed to do that, but Flux flying in, pitching that ball off at the midfield, allowing Pancake to get possession here, playing it over Spooky, but Prod elevates, stealing the ball away from Pancake.
Nice there by Magic. Is going to try to get some sort of clear going forward there, but Pancake stops that right in its tracks, and Prod is going to meet Pancake, who plays it around Prod, and this could be a centering attempt. Pancake is able to center it, but it's a little bit too far back in the field, so Flux is going to have to get that. Gets demoed by Spooky, and the Barracudas are going to take that as the opportunity to push it toward the Swerve goal. Can they get the right angle? Just nearly, but just a little bit too far to the right post.
Spooky's now trying to beat Pancake out for that ball. Unfortunately for Spooky, though, Pancake got the better touch. Magic, however, is showing their fancy work here, taking that ball from the back wall. Loaf read that one perfectly as it dropped down, trying to get the redirect to one of their teammates. Prod here not giving up on their forward push, though. Pancake, that defensive powerhouse, though, getting the redirect, sending it over to the corner where Magic is just waiting for that ball.
Now Flux getting demoed again. Pancake is going to be credited with the save there. Flux not in the position to get the clear, so Pancake tries, but it's stopped by the Barracudas. And here is nice by Spooky there, is able to steal it away from Loaf and push it toward the goal. Is going to be credited with the shot on goal, but no goal there.
Not enough follow-up, but sometimes when you're trying to focus on your rotations and not leave your goal open, that's just what happens. It's okay. However, we have hit almost the 2-minute mark in this game, well, 2 minutes elapsing in this game with no one scoring a goal, which is quite interesting in comparison to the games we've seen this evening. That just goes to show how equally matched both these sides are, as we see Spooky getting a nice clear over onto the side of the Swerve right into the corner as Loaf tries to read it, but Prod getting a shot on goal.
Now Loaf and Pancake are going to be pushing up the field. Loaf is going to be looking to center to Pancake there, disrupted by Spooky. And now Prod goes right up the field. Only Magic is the one that has really the boost to make a big play right now. Plays it around Loaf. Pancake there with some great mid-air play in the center. Ooh, Magic is going to be the one to barely win that 50-50. Now Loaf with a nice push up into the center of the field. Nice shot there on goal by Magic and a save by Pancake.
Magic yet again going for that aerial play, taking it off the corner, the side wall, dropping it down in front of the goal. But Pancake yet again getting a save, taking it all the way down to the Barracuda's goal. Prod, however, stealing it away from them, trying to do their own fancy play, dropping it down just on the other side of Loaf. But Flux is there to take it away from them, taking it all the way to the other goal. But yet again, another steal from Spooky, followed up by another one there from Magic, as the ball is now in Pancake's tires, trying to take it over here to the orange goal. Prod stealing it away from them on the ground.
And now we're about to 1:30 with still no goals scored. Magic with a nice hit there is going to be setting it up for Spooky in the center. Here comes Spooky with the shot just a little bit toward the right. Ooh, and coming out of the air there, just like a comet. The Barracudas are going to be driving it, trying to get trying to play defense there. They are able to get the save and are now looking for the goal yet again. Spooky with another shot, but misses the ball. And now Prod has to try to push it and keep the clear from coming through. And there's this goal that they have been looking so much for.
Pancake got 2 back-to-back save. Well, got a save there and the saving grace medal, just demonstrating how well they are on that defensive front. But you cannot jump twice in the air that high after you already saved it once. You did your job. That second one was just borderline impossible to prevent.
There goes Magic mid-air, gonna be intercepted by Pancake there. Here comes Loaf with the shot on goal. They tie it up.
All right, 55 seconds. It's a 0-0 game, everyone. No goals have been scored. That's how we look at this. Now get a kickoff goal and make it flashy. I'm just joking. Don't make it flashy, otherwise we might grill you for it if it doesn't go in.
Well, let's just see how this kickoff turns out then. It's gonna be slightly in the favor of the Barracudas, and 50-50 going in favor of Flux there. Now Pancake is gonna drive it around the corner. Loaf is in the center, but not in the right position, so Prod pushes it over, passes it over to Magic, who's able to get it at least towards center field. Now there goes Spooky. Is going to be going for the shot on goal just off the right post.
Now we've got Spooky trying to beat Flux to that ball, but Flux ultimately wins that one. It does get redirected by Prod, who's going to take it up that sidewall yet again. They have to beat Loaf and Pancake. Pancake reads the drop in front of the goal. Well, Loaf reads the drop in front of the goal, perfectly redirecting it. Magic's there for the follow-up, trying to maintain pressure here on this side of the field. They're going for another aerial centering. They send it over to Prod, but the shot is denied by Loaf yet again.
Ooh, and Magic not getting the aerial that they were looking for there. So Flux and Loaf might have had an opportunity for a shot there, but they're going to let it go. 2 overtime in the first golden goal that we are looking for here tonight. And look at Spooky here. Oh, gets credited with the shot on goal, but a nice save from Flux, who gets demoed shortly afterwards.
Now we've got Prod taking it off that sidewall, gets booped around a little bit, so what would have been a clean shot is no longer in their favor. Spooky, however, for the follow-up and the golden goal scored for the Barracudas, bringing the Barracudas to match point now. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never been a fan of golden goal opportunity style games, but I guess that's what we got to go for in this. I understand it's the rules.
Yeah. But at least the Barracudas were able to get it pretty fast there into overtime. Just 20 seconds into overtime, and they found their goal. So it wasn't drawn out too much.
Yeah, it could have been a full 5 minutes with the way that the pace of that match was going. Not trying to say anything, but y'all normally score faster than that. That was a while.
Yeah, well, now it is going to be the Swerve is going to have to pull off the reverse sweep. This is the time for them to come back, and will they be able to pull it off?
They might start getting a little bit gassed in this regard. Trying to pull off a reverse sweep after playing all day is difficult, speaking from the perspective of a player. It takes a lot of mental stamina to do this for as long as these players do. However, if y'all dedicate as much time as I think you do to this game, this should be pretty easy to bring it back. We'll have to wait and see, though. I'm not making any predictions here. It's still anybody's game, but the Barracudas are at match point.
Third game starting, and what an interesting kickoff there. It actually kind of rebounds over in Swerve territory. Loaf is going to be the one to clear it out toward the side, is going to be now heading up the wall where Spooky meets him, stops the clear from coming through, but some nice play from Pancake there. He's going to push it toward the goal. Pancake actually gets credited with a shot on goal.
Prod read it, though, right in the corner, barely making it time for the save, gets the demo out on Flux, leaving them down 1 player, 2. Both Pancake and Loaf double committing on that ball to make the save. Spooky elevating, dropping it off that back wall for the centering shot, but Pancake's there, reads it well. Prod elevating, dropping it in front of the goal right onto Loaf's hood, however, so Loaf gets a nice save there. And Magic trying to steal the ball away from Loaf. Help from Spooky, they managed to do just that. Pancake elevating yet again to try and play it off that side wall, but Prod not letting it happen easily.
Loaf is going to go over to the other side of the arena, but is going to be met by Spooky there, who comes in, but is just a little bit too late to get the shot there. Now here comes Prod, is going to be met by Pancake there. Has to push it over to the side to prevent a shot from going through. Now is able to find a pretty good clear there. as Prod actually does get demoed for that clear. Now Magic's going to be the one to pick up the slack here. Off of the backboard, is there going to be someone for a follow-up? Coming in was Spooky, but gets deflected by Swerve.
Prod tried to play it off the back wall, but both Loaf and Flux knew that was going to happen, passed it between each other. Magic, however, disrupted that play and gets the goal after stealing that ball away from Flux here at the midfield. That was beautiful. It took a while, but finally we're seeing the Barracudas we'd seen earlier this evening. Goals are being scored, but you know, taking a minute and a half, minute 35 seconds to score one goal, the Swerve still have more than enough time to equalize that.
Barracudas with just a narrow lead, almost 3 minutes left in this particular game. Loaf doesn't have the angle that they wanted, so Spooky meets them down on the ground. And look at Magic, they're off to the side though. He gets the demo onto Pancake, opportunity for the Barracudas here, but are just going to be happy to keep their 1-goal lead as the ball gets cleared back over to their goal.
Magic clears it across in front of their own goal. That's always a risky play to be doing. Someone with aerial prowess, like all of these players, could have taken advantage of that. Thankfully, no one did. And now we've got Prod clearing it over with some help from Magic, dropping it in front of the Swerve's goal. It does get cleared away, however, by Loaf. Prod trying to go tire to tire, though, taking that ball away. Pancake there for the save from the shot on goal from Spooky, and it's already crossing the midfield mark yet again as Prod gets thrown around by Pancake.
Now here comes Pancake to center it up in front of the goal. But nice defense there from Prod to just push it up above the crossbar and prevent a goal from coming through there. And now Spooky is going to be the one to take that corner boost. Loaf is going to push it over to the other side of the field. Is now going to try to find the clear against Magic, but gets demoed by Magic. Oh! And what a great play. Just the demo followed right by the goal.
That was spicy.
Oh, and that angle too, it's just threading the needle.
Magic is taking a page out of Flux's book, because Flux is definitely one of those players that can score goals from angles that don't make sense to anybody, and Magic's like, huh, buddy, guess what? I can do it too.
Well, the #1 seeded Barracudas are in a very nice position here. As the clock ticks past 2 minutes, they have a 2-goal lead. Not still out of the realm of possibility for the Swerve, especially if they can make a goal right here. They're trying to center it, but just a little bit too high and too much defense from the Barracudas.
They're Spooky, though, elevating, taking the ball across the field. Dropping it down, however, is Pancake there, reading it perfectly, sending it right back over to the other goal, forcing Magic to also elevate, playing it down into the corners. Flux takes out Prod in due fashion with that beautiful demolition. Will it be enough? However, another one comes out! And Loaf taking out Prod in turn, allowing Pancake to score a goal.
Is that not just the most perfect teamwork there? Loaf rushing in to get the demo. And Pancake was just, they were on the same wavelength there.
So to anyone watching and wanting to know how to do demos properly to take advantage of them, that's how you do it. But please don't just go and demo the person that's in the goal chronically.
Well, now with a little over a minute left, the Swerves are back in the game. As, oh, look at the Barracudas. Oh, that could have been a goal there. That angle just, it might have been, they were able to get one on that angle before, and Prod isn't able to score the goal there. Magic with Flux is only going to be able to push it off to the side of the field.
We've got Loaf, however, unfortunately missing that ball. Pancake there to barely make the save away from Spooky's shot. Nicely done, always good on that defense there, Sir Pancake, as we see Spooky elevate, dropping it, sending the ball high in there to allow Prod to take it and drop it down right into the goal. That one was fancy. There's no denying it.
Yeah, there's
a little bit of a show-off moment.
2 taps, and beautiful right there.
But it went in. It was a bullseye.
As much as we talk about the crossbar saving, that's the exact angle you wanted to not hit the crossbar. It was just perfectly angled downward.
That kickoff went in favor of the Barracudas yet again with Magic, sending it to Prod, scoring another goal, bringing their lead to 3, and the Barracudas have 4-1 with 38 seconds left. We've seen a multitude of goals get scored in this amount of time, so if the Barracudas just keep these clean rotations they've had this entire game, they can maintain this lead, but if they overcommit on any of these goals and allow the Swerve to get those openings on the goal, they are going to be in hot water, as we do see the kickoff go in favor of Pancake, stealing it away from the Barracudas, but Prod was there, taking it off the back wall. Shot away by Flux to try and maintain possession of it here on the side of the Barracudas, but Loaf getting thrown around by Spooky, and the ball is now onto the side of the Swerve.
Well, 4 for the Barracudas. It looked like the Swerve might have been on the path to evening this up, but that was 4 scores ago. So the Barracudas look like they're going to be the ones to take the finals here, and the top-seeded team definitely proving why they were the main contenders.
3 seconds as the ball touches the ground. The round will end. Loaf not letting it do just that yet. However, Spooky keeping it alive as well. Loaf popping it off their hood. Flux sending it to Loaf, but unfortunately, they're not fast enough, and the Barracudas will win out that round.
Barracudas, the winners in the final, doing such a great job in all of their matches. Congratulations to them. They are going to be really happy about that win, and what a great performance overall. And I do still have to give it to the Swerve, who probably had the prettiest goal off of a demo that I've ever seen. Like, that was just so perfect for a demo-enabled goal.
Yeah, I can't argue on that one. It was clean. That was highlight reel moment.
And you know how you get such great teamwork like that? You join an organization like Esports Tower. Your coach Jake is going to love reviewing that move at your next practice. VOD reviews are a great way to improve your game and learn as a team, and that's all offered by Esports Tower. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance. esportstower.com for more information. Well, overall, what are your main thoughts about what you saw tonight?
Flashy plays aren't always the best.
Yes.
You'll get a lot of shade thrown at you from the casters. That's my first big takeaway. My second one is, I don't know how Pancake will manage to instill this information that they have into the other players across the board in Esports Tower, but Pancake did a fantastic job of shutting down multiple aerial plays across the board in multiple matches, and I feel like that is a skill that everyone in Esports Tower needs to learn and hone in on. So Magic, spread the love, spread the wealth, teach everyone else to do that, because if you want to continue to beat Coach Jay, everyone's going to have to learn how to do that.
Probably the most well-rounded player I saw in the finals was Prod, being able to get so many saves on defense. But as much as we talked about Magic and Quez being the aerial plays, there would be so many times when Prod would say, hey, I can do just what they did and get some amazing goals.
Well, with that in mind, who do you think is the ICCU player of the game? Oh, no.
You know, I just spoke all about Prod being a well-rounded player, but I would have to say it might just be the player who got the scholarship, who just landed the scholarship, kind of as an ultimate way to kind of give them credit for that.
All right, so there you go. Jacob's shoe-in for that is Magic. Mine is Pancake, but let's see who it is. And it's Magic. Okay, of course Jacob was right. Well-deserved. Congratulations, Magic.
Yeah, both Magic and Quez were the dynamic duo, the two players who, even when they were down one player and only going up 2 against 3, they were running circles all around their opponents. And Magic definitely deserves that, and the scholarship, and the honor of being the player of the game, which is brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like Idaho Central's, helping members achieve financial success. Magic is your Idaho Central Credit Union player of the game.
Have fun in BFC yet again, my friend.
Yep, have fun, and hopefully have fun at Bay State, too, when you get there. Certainly a great up-and-coming player, and we wish him the best of luck in his future career.
Younger you would be so proud.
So any final takeaways do you have, Nerdy?
Honestly, my biggest takeaway here is the one thing that used to be in Doc's keys time and time again was, you know, the boost starving. It has since kind of gone away from our keys to the game here, because at least as far as the Broncos go, they've gotten really good at it. They are boost hungry all the time. The Barracudas were phenomenal with that. So take note to any other team that has not yet learned that skill to a T. Do what they did. Get in that awkward crane cam position, sky view, and look down and see how they were chronically starving teams of their boost, because slowing them down and making sure you're going 10 miles faster obviously is the key to victory.
Well, thank you all for tuning in, and congratulations to the Esports Tower Barracudas as they finally break their second place streak and win this week's Rumble in dominant fashion. By winning, they have qualified for the BFC, which they can create go against pro players and content creators, and we wish them the best of luck in that. All of the teams during this Rumble had great performances, and we are grateful to them and all of you for tuning in to join us here. We're going to leave you with the top plays of the game, brought to you by the Idaho Army National Guard, who believes a great player can make a team more successful, just like Idaho. That's ICCU. The Idaho Army National Guard invites you to take your critical thinking skills into real time. With more than 10 positions offering a $20,000 bonus and your degree of choice paid for, the Idaho Army National Guard is one of the best teams to join out there. Reach out to them on Twitch at iGuard Gaming. For now, enjoy your top 5 plays of the game and have a good one. Left, he's been trying. There you go, he finds it.
Nicely done, Sunky, and I believe that was basically Sunky doing all of that while getting thrown around. Krant came in, threw Quez away from the... Giving us both heart attacks here on desk, you guys. Please, please, don't do that to us. We see Loaf and Pancake kind of throwing each other around.
That triple!
But even with the disruption from your own teammate, Loaf, you still get the... Was that intentional?
Are they doing a next level play of like Pancake does a pit maneuver on... Stops that from going through.
We've got Flux trying to play it off the wall. They do manage to send it to Pancake. Astro elevates to try and prevent the goal, but Pancake comes flying and scoring that 4th goal for their team with just a little over 20 seconds left on the clock.
Well, the Swerve are just alive tonight. And you wouldn't necessarily know.
Be able to monopolize on the man down here as we do see Magic popping it up over me on Switch, sending it to Quez into an open goal. Guys, did we not just discuss, do not leave the net open? I understand it's a tasty target, it's a wide open goal for y'all, but it's also the same for the other team.
That is very unfortunate. Now Flux doesn't quite get the angle they wanted, but Loaf with the nice shot on goal right off the right post. Pancake trying to follow up, but great defense from Fraud there. Going to be credited with the save and keeping the game 0-0. Another shot by Flux and another save by Fraud.